Welcome back, Dota fans. We're here. Second series of the day. Trent, we
Yes.
got to take a lovely break. We grabbed a burger afterwards. Production, I would highly recommend you all go try them. They're very good.
They were, yes.
And all you people out there in the world, and unless you're vegetarian or vegan or something, I recommend you go eat a burger or Beyond Burgers. I'm just done. I'm done. All right, we're done. We're moving into the game number 2, the series number 2. Have you ever seen me decompress and fall apart that quickly?
I thought you meant when the burger showed up because you were just like, oh my god, burger.
I meant just right on broadcast.
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
that was pretty fast. Much like us getting into this next game. See that? That was a dangerous one because we were loading in, but we did load in, so it's okay. One of the many talents of the caster is actually eating extremely fast as well, so we can get the games going as quick as we can, and we have that for you. So, whoosha.
That was a lovely sound and a lovely game to get into. It's Team Aster facing off against OG. Again, the second series, 5 best of 2s taking place all across the games today. And we're starting to see some trends at least become a little bit more prominent, right? And Tidehunter is one of those ones that, to me at least, feels like it's a hero to build a draft around. So we do have the Tidehunter picked banned out in the first phase, as well as the Monkey King. The other ones that we saw in the last series was the Tiny, but that Snapfire also looks pretty good. Do you think that it's exclusively with the Tidehunter that it makes it look that good, or what?
No, it's just good. Okay. I think it has allies that make the hero look even stronger. But ooh, that's kind of cool. Very early Undying ban. But I would say that OG probably leaning towards the Snap as well as the Clinks.
Yeah, Sumail has looked really good on it. And I think that if there's ever a time when you could make some more action happen, that sort of win games without revealing more, that's the way to do it for OG. We should mention as well, as this game is getting underway, that Aster have been able to play now with White Album to rejoin the roster. So 86 no longer on the team.
Shame.
White Album is doing a little bit better.
Shame he's not there anymore. Thanks, Lex.
Yeah, appreciate that. But yeah, he's going to be playing with the roster, so Aster playing as they were hoping to play throughout the tournament.
All right. Everyone, I want you to picture a little clock ticking in your head. Every one of those little ticks, talk, tick, talk. The time they wasted on that ban for ET, that's going to be them at the end of this draft with their 10th pick. Seconds, precious seconds gone. And that was the question I was about to ask you. What happens if the Tiny is picked? Will they respond with a Weaver and some other minus armor, perhaps? Will that be the play? I will admit that I have thought that the double minus armor strat has looked pretty strong. The Tide's already gone. That's been a pretty decent answer to the Tiny overall, since he doesn't have any way to deal with the Kraken, right? There's some concern about trying to burst that hero first. I approve of the minus armor ideas.
I could be down with that. I will say the other thing that I'd love to see from Aster is just put XXS on his mag again. This heroes look good. We know he's comfortable on the hero from his time in the past. At some point in this series, I would like to see that from Aster, but they're going to go first for the IO, the classic. Right. This has been one of those that's been banned out a lot. I feel like we've seen a good amount let through. Oh, if they pick Gyrocopter, I'm going to be sad.
You don't want to see that one again?
I don't want to see it. Yesterday, there was so much IO Gyro, and it kept losing.
It wasn't great. That is for sure. We also have our Wyvern, right, has been popping up quite a bit all over the place, and it is a classic hero versus the IO, so it could be a thought for OG.
You're dead.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could also flex that across numerous heroes and players, obviously, in terms of maybe Thompson or something. I could see him trying to see if that still works. I know it's been nerfed very heavily, but more likely it would just be a flex between the 3, the 4, and the 5.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Thank you, Avo.
Yeah, that's gonna be a classic through this one. I have a feeling that there's one particular team that is doing a lot of the voice chat lines.
Aster we're getting in there too.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's not just them. They went for the Weaver. So there we go.
Like you were talking about.
Yeah. No, like Brian the Banana Slamma promo code JAMA was talking about.
Oh,
all right,
you
my
don't wanna
muse.
take that? Okay.
Yes. He's teaching me everything here.
So the thing that's a little bit weird to me about this is that it's the IO Weaver, right? I feel
as in because you want the 4 Weaver flex.
I would like the 4 Weaver flex because this to me feels like it's probably 1 Weaver, and there's a good hero. It's stomping the bug, and that's the Tiny. Give him a little Avatos, blow him up.
It's true. Could be just a laning thing too, where they put an IO more in a 5-ish thing, and the Weaver they kind of share a little bit of the farm. They could still be the support duo theoretically.
Okay.
Maybe there's some sort of a core offlane Weaver here that they could go for too. All is possible in this world. And they go for the AA here right away. So lots of individual burst and, of course, a different sort of counter to the IO. Some heroes like to go for a play where you're attempting to get the IO +1 in some sort of a trap or a double stun. AA is just more like, I'm just going to ignore you, IO, and try and negate a lot of the benefits that you're giving to this ally.
And then, of course, banning out the Faceless Void, those heroes that can set up the Ice Blast that much more. Because, well, we think about it often as being, like, good with Tiny or something. You kind of want something with a little bit more duration stun.
Yeah, that's only the up-close and personal assassination plays. You love having the global plays, too.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing a Legion maybe out of OG. They've been playing that a good amount of times. Seb looks pretty good on it.
Yep.
OG's turn to ban.
no wolf bite Tiny. Yeah, that's been kind of everywhere, huh?
It really has.
Yeah, we got one game, I believe, with the Lycan Ags.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we got the Shard, though. I didn't see the wolves running around. I like that one.
I think we saw it in one of the games on the main stream.
Yes, yeah, I've seen it on one of the other streams.
Right, exactly.
That I have seen.
But us casting,
Yeah.
particularly, yeah.
Hey, I haven't just got to follow the wolves around yet and watch how they interact with the creep waves and their priority. It's very interesting how the creeps are just like about to kill the wolf, and they're like, "Oh my God, more creeps!" And they just like run away from the wolf as soon as they can.
It's super weird. But yeah, it's gonna be a no wolf Tiny, so just the classic.
Remaining.
Does that make you think about putting this Tiny into a different position at all? Like thinking about a
seconds
side
remaining.
one?
No, we just had a no wolf Tiny. It looked scary.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to see that again.
Okay, that's fair.
Matu was just chunking away in game number 1 there. Secret versus LGD. And, of course, though, he did have some other help, right? There was no Lycan, but there was an Empower from a Magnus. There was a Bloodlust from an Ogre. Probably not going to see a Bloodlust, more than likely with the AA, but Mag's still kicking around right here. And we know that Sumail also plays that hero quite comfortably. In fact, spoiler alert, he was playing it this morning on his Smurf. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
Keep it secret.
Team
Keep it
But,
Aster's
yeah,
turn to pick.
up at the crack, playing some Mag.
It's an important thing to do. That's something that I was wondering about is how many games do you think pro players like sort of prep the day with playing before we go into it? I mean, obviously, since the second one, they had more time where they could take a break beforehand. But if you're on the first, it feels hard to like wake up at early and go. But
There's a reason everyone says, "Oh, first game of the day." Like,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm talking like you guys who are like back up at home, like you're playing in your pubs. Oh, first game of the day. Everyone has that feeling.
I think
They have
you
that
only
feeling
say
too.
that if you lose, though. And,
Yes, oh, obviously, yeah. And then you win, you're like, "Oh, so good." When
Just
really you made,
amazing.
they just made more mistakes than you
True.
with first game of the day. So they
The
were also
Storm.
up early.
Look at this. This is a nice little combo together with the IO. Storm jumps on somebody, relocate in, finishes off the gank. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, the other hero that was a classic with the IO was always the Bane for like a support duo global setup. You can just like Nightmare Fiend's Grip, get 2 heroes, relocate in with someone else.
It does reveal a lot of the draft already for Aster. I feel like I know what's happening. Like, is there any way that this could be a Weaver 3 at all?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
I
all right,
think
never
it's,
mind then.
it's definitely possible. I think what's really interesting is that OG didn't remove the gyro. I think they've looked at all this and they've said just like, yeah, I think you guys want us to ban gyro. We're not
is why.
concerned. Yeah, there you go. If we're just going to go Morph Shaker, go ahead. Go gyro. You want gyro in my Morph Shaker? Yeah, I don't think you do.
No.
I'm watching gyro.
This is good.
Gyro and win. Let's go, Aster.
OG's turn to
Oh,
ban.
thank God.
You didn't believe it.
Dude, there's no way. You do not gyro into Morph. Like, it's so bad. It's just better than you,
It's one of those things where you said it so confidently.
Well, I thought it would give them confidence,
Oh, okay.
They need it, but Aster are back. Their
10
confidence has
seconds
returned its
remaining.
White Album, so that's what they're going for here.
And another good
5
setup here
seconds
now with the
remaining.
Beastmaster. Obviously, roar into relocate, another one of those classic combos. But the thing about this that feels sort of interesting, right, is that I'm worried that they're not going to have enough damage. That's sort of my big concern at this point for Aster. Like, does Weaver really end up doing enough that quickly? I don't know. Also, does this now mean that we're going to have a tiny mid? Or is this tiny 4?
Could be Tiny or like OG Thompson, right? For the Morphling.
Okay.
OG Thompson, as in
Aster's
he's the
turn
OG
to
of the
ban.
mid.
Right.
Morph,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It gets a little confusing there with this team.
I got you. So the thing I was actually curious about was this Beastmaster because I heard some of the team associates discussing Beastmaster earlier today, actually, and the idea of just like the nerfs that the hero's taken.
10
Maybe
seconds remaining.
still a little surprised that he's not seeing a little bit more play. You know, I
5
kind of agree,
seconds
right?
remaining.
Just because, like, the birds got nerfed a little bit, right? You don't get, like, as many of the stuns and everything and, like, the timings of the talent and everything. But, I mean, the aura has been so good, like, forever, right? And we have all these attack speed buffs with, like, the tinies and stuff that you might have thought it could have came out so far. Thunder Predator, the only team to play it, and they did lose, and that was also to OG.
Oh, so this is another Beastmaster that OG is facing off against.
Yep.
Interesting. I mean, I think that there's some value added there also with the Weaver bugs, all the minus armor that you compare together with Beast. And
10 seconds
in a
remaining.
way, if OG have this really strong combo that they're trying to hit, right, which
5
is the Morph
seconds
Shaker,
remaining.
Aghanim Scepter, if Aster can come in like sort of underneath that timing and really try and get like a heavy push-oriented lineup, there's a potential that they could get that going before OG really come online. That feels like it's their best hope now. So I want to see some heavy push from Aster.
Okay, they need the crazy 10th pick, right?
Yeah.
I've got it.
What's that?
It's going to be a Ricky.
That doesn't sound like
That's
push.
the crazy 10th pick from
That
Aster this
sounds
game.
terrible. What are you talking? Well, okay, sell me on the Ricky. I want to hear it. I just don't like Ricky. So
No, I'm trying to think of, like, some like IO combos that got a little bit of spice and sauce and
The silence is nice against the morph.
yeah, you got the silence versus the morphling. I don't know. It looks like it'd be kind of hard for some of these heroes on OG to track it.
Dude, if you snipe this, that would be amazing.
Well, I know there hasn't been a Ricky, so I'm trying to think of heroes
Okay,
that
got
haven't.
it.
At least I don't think there has. I checked yesterday. I could be wrong,
Team Aster's
but
turn
they
to ban.
do wind up
banned
buying.
the gyro.
Well, I mean, at this point, you might as well.
Oh, okay,
You're
I
just
guess
like, all
that's
right,
true.
well, I don't know what else you guys might want for a 1.
Is Sven banned?
There's still Ursa. Oh yeah, that's Sven.
I don't know.
Oh,
how
they
great
banned the
that
Luna
is.
too, because I was kind of thinking that they banned Brewmaster, which I'm also not sure about that one. That was another thing I was trying to figure out is like, why are they banning Brew?
Yeah.
And I was thinking they probably want some
remaining.
crazy one hero that like they just want to make sure is always going in the team fights and doesn't get
5
cycloned,
seconds
which is
remaining.
what kind of led me down the terrible trail of thinking about Ricky. But like Ursa is kind of another classic, right? So it makes me think like
Yeah.
maybe they want like a 10th pick Ursa. That was always a go-to counter. But the lane's like kind of bad, so
You're dead.
I wouldn't mind seeing something like maybe a Necro or something like that. That feels like it's always an interesting answer for a morph too.
You,
But
you talking to me?
God dang it, Kyle. Get out of here. We don't want to hear
As
you
long as we stay
anymore.
Positive, we'll win.
Yeah, listen to him, Fog. That's
OG's
right.
turn to
So the Pango ban is also going to come out now.
those bands kind of cover like
Everything.
3 players, right? Between
Yeah.
like the Brew and the Pango, I could easily see Seb, Notail, or Soxa play either of those 2 heroes. And that's sort of the question that's happening here, right? Because we don't know like what Soxa is playing necessarily.
10
Is Seb just playing
seconds remaining.
Shaker? Is Thompson playing AA, depending on how good it looks at the end? Is Thompson playing Skywrath Mage 4? We don't know. It could be anything. It's probably going to be, at this point, it should be Seb Tiny, Thompson
Take the
Morphling,
Ursa.
and they did want the Ursa, so it's not Ricky. I tried, guys, but it's the more obvious with the Brewmaster ban, and no, okay, it'll be Thompson on the Tiny, not Sumail.
Are you sure?
Yes, they've chosen.
Oh man, I didn't see.
Are you sure?
I didn't
Yes.
see the. I was wondering if Thompson was going to take the Sky at the end and it was going to be 4 Tiny.
No, I don't think it's quite good enough. Like maybe if
Yeah.
it was some other like really squishy hero that you just blow up, and then it might have some value. But
Ooh.
just go basic here.
So Lanham playing the IO. Got the Baboka Weaver.
Yeah, that's good.
Borax himself. Again, thing that we can mention for anybody that missed this, this is Baboka, but he's also changed his name to Borax now in honor of the late great Jerix.
So you'd think he knows a lot about OG.
You'd think so.
Yeah, probably some good ideas how they like to play some Dota. What I really appreciate is that this Weaver did stay in the 4 because I think that's the correct way to play it versus this Tiny. I think that's like the role you want to be in. I think a core Weaver suffers pretty heavily versus the Tiny because then there's even more incentive to just blow you up before you have a chance to get off your ulti. And the reason why I was expecting this like Ursa Ricky weird hero is because you kind of know that they're locked into like an IO +1 lane. Like the Gyro is a go-to, the Luna's a good go-to, so OG banned some of the more consistent ones. But historically, your other heroes, that's kind of the pool they've now fallen down into of like Ursa, CK, you know, Ricky.
Ricky. You just won't let it go.
He's bad, dude.
He's so
real bad.
But I like the dart. The dart's very neat.
Yeah, off-lane Ricky's legit. One Ricky's not legit.
Well, here we go. Game number
I just ruined
1.
someoone's pub.
You definitely
Yeah,
did.
someone's like, oh, I'm going to queue up right now.
At Trent Pax.
You know the worst part is
for
that
all
you
your
also buy
troubles.
Meteor Hammer, but
Yeah.
it works.
It does.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But this game, OG facing off against Aster. Again, a battle for... I think that this is going to be the thing that's really interesting to watch, right? OG came in, game number 1. They did a lot of voice lines, like they're doing right now. But the other thing that they did was they looked incredible. Particularly like that first game of the day that I felt like we watched. Aster really didn't. It was a painful day for them, and obviously coming in without their mid player. Now they got him. This is the opportunity. It's like if you have a bad day in groups, I feel like there's almost no better way to like try and turn it back around than just be like, yeah, it's that other guy. You know, he was the problem
Yeah,
here.
it's
Exactly.
true. You don't usually have that as a TI team.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one's ever subbed out a player and brought someone else in.
But this is the time.
Yeah.
Will it happen? Will Aster be able to redeem themselves? The crowd is going wild with anticipation.
For both teams.
That's true. Well,
Yeah.
you mean, you're always going to cheer for the two-time TI champions.
30
OG
seconds to battle.
wanting to maintain it now. The other thing that we saw in that last series that we cast of OG was Seb buying 3 crowns, preemptively calling out his shot.
Yes, of course.
Let's see if he does it again here. Probably not on this hero.
No triple crown build today, I don't think.
Sad.
I don't think he needs Atos Veil on his Earthshaker.
Horn sounds. And off to the races we will go. Anything that really stands out is interesting. We've got the Ring of Silius for the Skywrath. Mr. Sucks himself.
It's a good item.
I like it.
I remember one of the TIs, everyone thought Bassi was bad, and like the first game, OG bought 4 of them, and then everyone was buying Bassi. It's probably TI9 because everyone was just copying them. You know, they were more concerned about their games at TI9 than they were at TI8, obviously.
Wow, that's a good point. Yeah, they're starting to pay more attention. To win one time, it's going to happen again. So you can see in this mid lane, White Album going to face off against Hobson playing on the Storm Spirit. And, well, across all 3 of these lanes, kill potential will be interesting to watch. Obviously, as an Ursa, you can try and put the bully on for Seb and doing a good job of it.
Yeah, I think bottom's very interesting because you have to take the Fisher level 1 as the Earthshaker, right? Because you want to block the wave back and get in a good position. And so they know there's not going to be any sort of like a totem, and that he can't be level 2 having the totem and the Aftershock. So the trades are going to favor Monet for the first 2 levels, but 1 and 2. Only at 3 is there like something else for Seb where he can like actually totem and stun you. So it's very interesting as to like how much of your regen you want to commit as OG, because this is an IO.
Oh!
Yeah, I don't know.
Monet, will he go down though? All the regen coming from Lanham, it's not going to be enough, and has the salve going now. So yeah, I mean, I guess the flip side to this is that the wave is it doesn't feel great. That can't feel good as Seb.
No, I wouldn't say so. I feel like he might be rigging that one a little bit. Now come back at level 1. We'll make it in time, of course, for the waves. It's not the worst deal, but I mean, he was already getting his mana back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the plus side is that you're able to burn through the salve, but yeah, this is what Monet is definitely going to be somewhat happy with. Get some of those.
I mean,
Well, he can
gonna
get this
send up
damage
some
on,
more.
though. This is deadly. Seb has to be careful. Can't afford to go down now, and will manage to
one
make his
hit
escape.
away.
That was
5 stacks.
wow.
He was dead. One more click. All right, well, very happy. I'm sure that he's going to get that back.
Mid. So far, 15 and 12, but Thompson carrying 2 creeps with him should keep him right even there with the Storm Spirit. Forex in the meantime will get a good chunk of damage down to Dota. Has creeps following
he's
him
level
too.
2, man. This is the Danger Weaver. He's dead. And even Sumail also, like, kind of baiting a little bit there, keeping his HP low, but Forax knows better.
Again, for anybody out there that's been missing the memo, Weaver so strong in the support route because of those bugs and just laying down the swarm on top of people. It lowers the armor so quickly, and then you have a choice of do I trade hits or do I kill the bugs on me? And oftentimes the answer is just run away, but not quick enough.
Soxa, I see, not super happy with his lanes. Look at this. He's just running at these couriers down
Look at
bottom.
this.
He does. This is, again, we've watched OG several games in a row now, and he does this a lot. He places this deep ward, and he just goes for the courier kills. And that really, really hurts an IO. Because like, the whole point of IO is just buying a bunch of regen and sending it out.
Mid lane, Thompson almost brought down White Album there. Getting really close. And instead, oh my god, it's just a deny
He's
there.
just suiciding. Yeah, we're
That's
good.
fine. Thompson chasing White Album. Looking for that rune. He has another round of toss, and he got him.
There you go.
Pull back, though. And White Album gets healed back up by Lana, making the rotation, and now Thompson gonna fall. Was it worth it? Oh, but he's getting hit by those little freaking Vul assassins. They're the worst. Oh, he salved during it!
Oh, salving during
No!
Fool Assassins.
Dude, the envenomed weapon.
This guy's still sick.
Yeah. So it reduces
He
the
didn't
region
know.
so much. Oh, that's unfortunate.
So he's probably like highly over there saying, wait, what's going on here?
What happened? Well, nonetheless, they're still going to have the water rune, so that will keep him back up and should be fine. So out of the early gate, nothing really to write home about. Obviously, the tops and death, not what you want to see for OG fans, but still going to be fine on this Tiny. And May trading some hits there with Seb. Went for the jump away. Some right clicks down and forces him back. Still only level 3 on this Ursa. Seb, after that initial pressure, has been able to have a nice time in this bot lane.
Yeah, part of that from Soxa like running away, right?
Oh, chance, opportunity, overpower, not gonna go for it.
Really good timings on these slows from Soxa. It's like finding that perfect moment where like draws them in deep enough that it's like ruining the lane equilibrium, and then he gets the slows so they don't get the finish on the kill. And then Seb can just retreat back, heal up, and hope for this wave to push back out. Unfortunately, this time not getting it. And Soxa, he actually got that courier. Man, keeps on sniping them down there, just barely. No.
Oh
no,
my
no,
God!
No.
What? Oh, he
got
missed
the
uphill.
miss.
Oh, he had that one. Sumail chased. Do they have enough there? It doesn't look like it. So they will be able to get out of there with Sumail. And obviously heals back up, has the stick charges once he's down to full agi.
I was thinking, Lanup's got to send out a sentry, right? Like, and he has one, but unfortunately, of course, his courier's dead, and by the time it comes out, the ward's going to be dead. So if he sentries this blank hill, I'm just going to be depressed for him.
Yeah, won't be good. Seb, again, go for the
Nice
enchant
silence.
totem. Lots of damage, amped up. Chasing down onto Seb, another round. Dude,
White
he's
Album.
playing this so safe. White Album, Monet, he's alive on nothing.
brutal.
40 HP as the chase down comes. And that is a 6-0 start for Aster.
Oh, man. Puck players and Storm players, if you get too close to the tower, they are just so hungry for that rotation. Storm usually is like lacking on the mana. It's a bit easier for the Puck players, but finding an opportunity like that is so good for a Storm this early in the game.
Rax had Sakuchi, but Sumail playing very close with his HP. So in spite of the 6-kill lead, Aster ahead of OG in that regard, they're still doing quite well in terms of net worth, it feels like. And yeah, No Tail gives a little tip after getting the D word. God. There's some great voice line chat going on. Aster, they're not backing down from it.
Don't get too distracted now. Gotta make sure you're still playing some Dota when you're playing the mental warfare here. Soxa going for another good ward here. Like, he's not trying to like hide them in crazy places, just, you know, a pillar ward. Might have been spotted because of that ward there from Aster, and now he wants to go for a kill.
Oh, I think the White Album realized it though.
Yeah, I mean, he has the wards. We knows he's lurking in that area somewhere. He might not be sure if he's rotated out, and Borax is gonna go have a look. Oh well, there he is on the ward anyway, so now they're well aware.
So far, so good from Aster. I mean, this is an entirely different team that we saw yesterday. Like, I don't remember who it was that we were watching, but they didn't even look like it was on the same pedigree. This time around, net worths are even. It feels like they're making the good rotations.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And OG gonna need to come up with some answers. Again, 6-0, not the end of the world, but from where I think a lot of people were expecting this game to go, it's looking like it's actually going to be competitive.
Yeah, a lot of that will just be continuing to keep the snowball moving for their Ursa, right? Top of the net worth, has the IO in play this game, so that usually means that we're going to be playing around the first Roche and then relocate ganks. Now, speaking of ganks,
Tries to do it, tops in, looking for the toss back. Can he find it? Not quite quick enough. That was a 4-hero rotation bottom, trying to find a kill. Not going to be able to get it. Sumail now, taking a lot of damage himself from XXS.
just free damage, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely worked into right there.
Silence. Oh, they baited out the avalanche. Thought he was going to zip in. Nicely played by White Album to recognize the danger there. Meanwhile, up top, continuing to go in on Sumail. They've got him fully boxed in. Has the bugs on him. Relocate afterwards. The net, they caught him. Oh, nicely played. The bug stays no matter where you go, and Sumail, he's going to fall. Dude, that Helm of the Dominator creep, that was some good stuff. But in the meantime, Topson going to be able to claim this tier 1 tower mid. So, nothing free. You're playing against OG.
Yeah, but at least, you know, they will indeed get that top tower and perhaps could make a rotation through the jungle, right? Like, this is now XXS's home, as Seb will also get it with TP. Beastmasters, they like to play in a very specific area. You know, we've been showing some heat maps today. I'm sure in like 10 minutes, the Beastmaster heat map is going to be basically just top, right?
Yes.
Unless they want to get like really active in defenses on that bottom and mid lane. Oh, speaking of, man, look where Thompson's playing. He always takes these deep curves. It means that he's late for ganks sometimes, but this is why he gets solo kills sometimes, you know? He doesn't do like the straight beeline.
Well,
And now he's in a strange spot because of this.
Yeah, well, that's what's funny about this. I mean, they might be able to make something happen. They hit onto Thompson, realize he's there.
Look at this
Now
guy.
get the vision.
Look
Have
at
a
this
toss.
guy.
Well
The-
played.
The angles, man.
That was very well done.
He's just way out there on the curve. They don't see it coming. It's costly because if he doesn't get that kill, he's not farming during that time period. And this is partially why we've seen him falling further down the net worth chart than we're used to for Thompson. But they're allocating way more of their farm towards like Sumail in these games, but not so much this game because you know, connects on it with some help on that gank and mostly just been hitting creeps in this one.
That's what he needs to do. And I think that if we're sort of thinking about sort of the macro way that this game is going to play out, you talk about the Beastmaster staying up top. Is there sort of a similar hero that you see from OG? Because like Seb, I feel like kind of just wants to farm to get his items, but
Yeah, that's the problem with Shaker, right? Is that if your lane doesn't go so well, I mean, his was like okay, just like an average lane.
Yeah.
Shaker still has that issue of like, I'm gonna be down here for the next like 6 minutes, guys. The
Right.
best thing you can do to help your Earth Shaker is take towers, right? Because it gives him more space to farm and it gives him some gold.
already taking mid, definitely highlight, and the rest of the team of OG going to group together now to take this bottom tier 1 tower as well. There is a catapult mid for Aster, and it looks like they are going to try and pressure this one with that. But the question is, will there be a rotation from OG? There's already an Ice Blast flowing out, and yeah, mass rotations head over this way. Borax, recognizing the danger, will back out. Thompson. Oh, they stick around a little bit too long. They got White Album in the area too. Moves on in, finds him there, pull back, a couple right clicks, goes through. That dude, he's done. Eventually. Wait, mid. Oh, quick blow up there. Borax got caught. It happens in a second. That's all it takes.
I mean, that's a dangerous support too. Very reminiscent of how LGD were playing before with, what was theirs? Sky Clock? Yeah, so, I mean, harder for the stuns, sure, but equally as deadly in terms of damage. And like we said, XSS occupying some territory up here. Just annex control over the dire jungle, turning into Aster's turf. But likewise, you know, maybe we'll see OG make a rotation in that bottom lane, but if they do, there's a lot of Aster heroes there right now. They feel confident enough to perhaps go towards the dire triangle.
You know, I want to see really how this game plays out over the next couple of minutes too, because these types of moves that you're talking about, heading into this triangle, if they go for it, or just you know the getting the Helm of the Overlord online for that Beastmaster. This is what I expected to be the tempo of this TI, of like pressuring down towers, constantly pushing, and we haven't really seen it yet. But this is the game where they need to do it.
It's really interesting how Aster just played that, though. They TP'd into the bottom jungle, right? And they were all together. I thought they were going to smoke. So, like, 4 heroes there. But in reality, they were just helping to cover the runes. They sent an illusion top to look. They went bottom with the Storm. He gets the Arcane rune. And, you know, Storm players, they're very keen on runes. It's like how you play this hero, right? Because you essentially need the power runes to try and accelerate yourself to that first item, because all you have is movement and, like, a puny little stun. And then you got, like, a ton of damage. But you need that extra mana from the rune. And, of course, you also just need that little bit of oomph to your team fight.
There's going to be another smoke up now coming. Thompson, Saksa going together in the top. They're going to run into 3 heroes, as it looks like. Over to the side, a jump in, White Album there, and the relocate afterwards. They get the stun. Avatos, is it enough? No! Storm able to back out of that one, stay alive, and, well, they're going to not quite manage to catch onto the Sky. But still, a big kill onto Thompson.
Yeah, and Borax, he can help split and share the Skywrath Mage ulti, and then he can just ulti after himself with the time lapse. Yeah, it's like he medic'd up his buddy, and then he just goes back to full HP.
Very nice from them, and this is going to lead into potentially a Roche. Yeah. Big plays here for Aster.
All right, but it is Seb's time, right? He has the blink, okay? He's prepared. Question is, do they feel confident to do something about it? And well, they're gonna be too late either way. They actually interesting. They smoke up NoTail and Soxa, and they split. Soxa goes bottom, NoTail goes top. So NoTail is like kind of like fake covering over his Earthshaker, right? While smoked up, so he can dodge the vision from the Beastmaster. So the Beastmaster know that he's gonna see the Shaker, but NoTail will be hidden, and that's what they're doing with the Sky now too. They're essentially trying to bait Aster in using the advanced vision of the Beastmaster. Very clever.
Will it work though? I'm not sure.
Like, they're just sitting under the Hawk smoked,
Yeah.
letting them know it's there.
Yeah.
And now you leave without killing the Hawk. So they're trying to bait them. Like they feel safe right now on Aster. Will they actually get punished is the question.
It doesn't look like it.
No.
I think that OG is realizing that even with the sort of vision advantage that they had in that instance, if they're together, it's so hard to fight into this Aster lineup.
I mean, it's just so smart not to kill that bird, though. Like,
True.
honestly.
Yeah.
So many people just kill that bird, and
Yeah.
then that ward's just gone.
True enough.
There's no value there.
Well, they do almost have this Helm of the Overlord now, and a 3,000 gold lead for Aster. I don't know. Like, the combination of what Aster has at this point in time, and, like, OG, they went for a Dragonlance on Sumail.
It's almost there, sir.
Yeah, like, I really feel like...
Is this one of those games where the Helm of the Overlord comes out and the creep never dies and Aster wins?
I think that's what's maybe going to happen here.
It feels like one of those games.
Tops in, jumps in
well,
to find X.
he's
This
in.
is the perfect play if they can get it in time, but the relocate coming in. They find Seb, tries to blow him up. Oh, but the blow up! Monet ends up falling. Seb takes him down, and the relocate. Is he going to come back in time? Lanham gets pulled away, and now Monet, he's a sad bear all alone. Run away, Panda. You got nowhere to go. The avalanche, the toss,
man.
the control. It was
You know?
supposed to be so good.
You know that cosmetic on the bear with the little one on the back? You know his name's Little Dipper?
Oh.
You know who the Little Dipper was there?
Who was
That
that?
was Lana.
Oh,
Because he's
no.
he dipped out.
Yeah, he did.
I see ya.
Oh, man, that was rough. Because, again, it was all coalescing together. And, like, you've got freaking Sumail at this point who's gone, like, Falcon Blade Dragonlance. He's now getting towards that Aghanim Scepter, but think about how strong that timing would have been with Aegis from Aster. And OG, they just take perfect, they take advantage of just a mistake and punish very, very well.
Oh, that's a good reveal for the Blink Dagger, that's for sure.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
first fight for Seb. And now moving towards the Aghanim Scepter. OG certainly getting one good fight. And what else do they need here? More Seb plays, more support smoke-ups. Always going to be good. Assuming that Aster are probably just going to try and start grouping up a little bit with said Helm of the Overlord, though.
So the big question I have is when this Aghanim Scepter comes out from Sumail, that we know it's on its way. Actually, no, went for
Not yet.
the Manta instead.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's an Orchid on the Storm, so...
Yeah, he has to do this.
Yeah, doesn't have a defensive support, really. Would have to count on just, like, Fishers, and then the Fishers end up being too defensive, and you don't have them for the turn. In the team fight, that is.
I mean, maybe the Skywrath Mage makes up for it. Like, I always think about, like, the Morph Shaker just being this, like, crazy, strong, impossible thing to deal with. But
Oh, it'll come later.
right.
We'll get there.
Seb, good jump away. Looking for NoTail now. Not finding him. Jukes jives. Gets away. And NoTail's like, guys.
NoTail wants to fight. They have creep vision.
Okay. Ice Blast.
You're dead.
Ooh. Almost called his mark there with the "you're dead," but couldn't quite get it in time.
There it is. The ancient granite golem. He finally found himself an ancient creep. They kept killing them all. So
Oh.
XSS couldn't get one. So now he is equipped. And
Doubler
we're setting him in.
Jeez. They just blow him up there. So a good jump from Aster, and with the big creep, and now able to move in and take over the outpost again. There's definitely some potential here to be some death ball Dota.
Is under attack.
As White Album takes the DD, backs away,
Oh,
but
there you go.
they catch, they kill. And you know what happens when you get Sumail Storm Spirit? It gets dangerous. Even when it's in Morphling version.
Not quite as scary.
No, well, still pretty cool. 10-6. Still just that 2,000 gold separating the two rosters. And Aster kind of stalling out
Radiant's
past few
bottom
minutes, waiting
tower
for that
is under
BKB on
attack.
Monet.
Yeah, it gets a little awkward too once you've like taken some of the towers because like it feels like moving to the area isn't as valuable. But you're shutting down the farm of OG. Sure, you're not gaining as much, but you know, compared to your enemy, comparatively, of course, you're doing better. You're gaining more. They're not getting as much. You're losing a hero. Oh,
That's not the way that was supposed
that
to go.
hood.
Yeah.
Jeez, I am really surprised that saved him.
And again, another
Like
instance
just enough.
of, like all this vision that's down from OG. As I'm gonna give a little tip there.
That's kind of a crazy hood buy
Yeah.
over a mech. That's some big brain stuff there from Lana.
There's so much magical damage. Thompson tosses back. XXS gets hit. Chase down now. They have the diffusal blade. Thompson trying to TP out. Is it going to be in time? No. So Aster find themselves quick kill and continue to hold.
That was a bold TP.
Yeah.
Thompson's really believing in the,
I
the
mean,
armor, I guess, you know.
there's nowhere else to go, but yeah, it's a rough one. So yeah, I'm still wondering when this Ags comes out. Like, I really feel like Aster need to hit this timing when the BKB comes out on the Ursa if they want to try and shut this one down. Like, if he gets that Aghanims, how dangerous of a timing is that for OG?
On the Ursa, like, eventually?
No, on the Morphling.
Oh,
the
sorry,
Ag-
I was a
the
little
Ag
confused. Yeah,
Shaker.
sorry. I mean, yeah, that's like their big timing, I would say. Like, that's pretty much all they're playing for at this point on OG is the Aghanims. They're just like stalling out. I was just gonna say that the thing that's most surprising to me right now is that the least active hero has actually been Borax. Right? Like he's 1-1 and 2. As you know, he kind of showed up for like a little bit of the map movements and stuff, but a lot of his game has been spent just like down here pushing out this dead lane and you know, trying to limit the amount of kills that OG can get. Very interesting, though, and does have the Spirit Vessel. Also took the Tome there, too.
Okay.
And is considering that Aghanims as well. Because we have the AA, we have the Sky. You know, that Ags, there's a ton of burst damage. You can catch someone after the initial burst, and, like, you know, halfway through the big combos between the Tiny and the Sky. That's completely fight and game winning.
Oh, I don't know if that was a visual bug or not, or if they saw what was going on, but the jump to Thompson's not going to connect. Now looking for Seb, now looking for No Tail, now looking
out
for
of
a
mana.
way out, and he is gone! White Album overextending, but now the turn, they take down Seb. And Lenham living on absolutely nothing. You know, that pipe keeping him alive. XXS trying to back away. Avatos yet again, Waveform through, in some trouble.
Silence the Hex.
And they got him caught for the kill, and well, the bugs, it's gonna be enough for the right click down. Otail appreciating what Sumail is doing here in this game.
I love Pig Bowl.
You talking to me?
It's pretty good.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Oh man.
That is a that's a Storm Spirit play right there. Going in like that, like when you don't have well, here's the thing, he actually does have good vision forward right now, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the issue.
Radiant's middle tower is under
It again
attack.
is one of those instances where, like, you know, we talk about Rubik all the time, but
Yeah,
Sumail there
yeah.
switching into the Weaver and getting the bugs on it, it's devastating.
It's probably his best copy this game, right? Yeah, I think it probably is. Shikuchi and having the minus armor. That's a pretty tough one to beat.
Obviously, once the Aghanim Scepter comes out, there's going to be the transformation into Seb that they can work with.
Yeah. That, you know, later, that one's obviously very, very good. But until there's an Aghanims,
Yeah.
we're only working on enemies. But yeah, so those sort of jump-ins should not happen when you have a Weaver and a Beast Master. I would consider that to be a pretty big problem. I think that he might feel some pressure and maybe a little bit of safety doing it because they have these potential for relocates, either relocating himself out theoretically, but more than likely getting some additional coverage by relocating the Ursa in. But he was completely out of mana when he stunned that AA. It's just like, what's the point of it, you know, at that state of the game?
Quick jump. Monet finds No Tail. Seb has the Echo in 15 seconds. As we can see, newly minted, the Aghanim Scepter. So when Sumail does eventually get that item, this is going to really start turning. And he has it. He's got it.
Yeah,
All right.
This is the timing. We're there.
God, I feel like
And he has Essence Ring 2 on the Shaker. That makes this so much better. Because
Yes.
the main problem is that sometimes the Shaker has trouble keeping up with the Morphling. And if he tries to play too close to the Morphling, then the Shaker dies. But Essence Ring, being a core, having the Strength Treads, he is like 2,600 HP right now.
incredibly
Sorry,
hard to kill him.
2,700. My bad.
And I think like this is the big thing is I felt like Aster needed to get more done, but this combo, this timing that comes out with a Morph Shaker, it feels so impossible to fight against. But we'll see if Aster can do it. They've been playing well so far. Need to just make sure they execute and possibly take out Seb first, or find a way to blow up Sumail if he leaves himself open to it. But DD Rune spawns bottom. Oh man.
We saw that timing, the Thompson had on his items too, and like where he started gold-wise, and look where he is now. Like they clearly have a very good definition of how they want to play Dota. We discussed this the last time with the OG, but like Thompson has lost a ton of priority in terms of farm. They're giving way more to Sumail and Seb out of his pocket without really impacting the supports too much, which is pretty cool. Except No Tail this game, because like he's AA, so go dig up some bounties if you want some gold. I don't know. Get your trusty shovel out. Can I get a hit, No Tail? Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, he got the gold.
Nailed it. Perfect.
That's a good sign. You're gonna win the next team fight whenever you dig up a bounty.
Got it. It's the only way. Sumail, DD still sitting pretty. Gonna just take a punch from Roche for no reason. That's fine. But they have an opportunity to take this fight if they want with the DD. Ursa, BKB done. We're talking about.
Oh, health the Morphling shard too.
Oh yeah.
I love how they just go in and punch Roche and bring him out.
Is this gonna? I mean, I feel like they can kind of just go in and do this. And like, what do you do if you're Aster at this point? I mean, they're gonna send in the Hawk. They're gonna see this. White Album is on the other side of the map and still not showing up.
That was a little crazy.
Yeah.
He's just teasing them.
So, toss back. Success, in some trouble. Now the turn onto Thompson. Trying to jump, trying to go for the kill, but it's not enough.
The stun.
Now White Album jumps in, trying to control, seeing if they can kill him off. They have the fireball down, everything for Seb, and he will eventually fall. And now, Monet, he kills Sumail.
They made some mistakes.
Dead for 60 seconds, no buyback.
He got organized. That zip through was perfectly timed by White Album. And you do not want to fight this right now as Aster. They need to back up a little bit, recuperate, get everything back, because a lot of the tools from OG are gone, and most importantly, the Morphling is too. So just, don't fight them in the pit.
40 seconds
Use
with no
your
Sumail.
heroes. Find the vision.
That's all they need. Suddenly a 5,000 gold lead, and that was
Korax,
supposed to be the moment, but he jumps in and gets caught and gets killed. He has buyback. Time-lapse is back in for the fight. So they used a good jump on him, but now if you start losing heroes, this is where things start to look bad. The roar comes out, able to connect. Borax runs in, no buyback for him. White Album tries to take down Seb and will get that finish. So this opens up Roche.
Borax is a genius. He wanted to die there for the buyback time-lapse in. I mean, it works out because they get the kill on Seb after.
Yeah.
But that was absolutely terrifying. A little bit risky. But they'll take it.
Relocate now. They find Soxa, able to catch him. And they find themselves another kill. Monet laughing away at this one. And again, like, think about how much of a difference it makes. Like that Orchid timing, like you were talking about, White Album coming in after having to play, got freaking sick and now is back on the field. That's what you want to see. 8,000 gold lead from Aster.
And you got to imagine the difference between like, I can't play today and I can play today is, it's not that huge. I feel like he's probably, not at 100% quite yet. I mean, like obviously he wants to play so badly that I'm sure he was probably just like quite literally not allowed to play yesterday or something.
Right.
Like doctor's orders to like now be in here performing this well is just ridiculous. The dedication.
Well, 7,000 gold lead, and the vision game is where it feels like OG need to be incredibly careful here. Right, these Hawks, it's a death sentence if they find you. Borax spots. All right, some more illusions. They do a lot of damage. Oh my God, he has the time lapse. Run away, Borax. That's for somebody else to try and battle. But this is the combo still. OG, they flubbed it last time, but this is what you're looking for. This is what they built the draft around.
The Ice Climbers are here.
Okay.
And then Popo.
Jump. Finds him. When they ran through it, now in some trouble. White Album just jumps in and finds for the kill.
Man, Seb is just like, he doesn't have the Manta, Sumail's like, I cannot play Dota without a Manta or a Dispel. And Seb's like, I have to go Blink Eggs. It's my only choice for the team. And it is hurting him greatly. It's not letting Sumail play.
Yeah.
Right? They're not utilizing this combo at all. They're just breaking it up.
Now, you've got this incredibly strong push.
You know, that's also how you beat Ice Climbers. All right, anyway, sorry, continue.
The other thing that I'll mention is, like, you know, Monet has been a pretty standout player in this game, playing on this Ursa. You think back to, like, you know, TI7 time when he was playing with LFY, he was this hot new up-and-coming player and, you know, kind of got eclipsed by a lot of the young superstars out of China, and now finally getting the chance to really show his stuff after a full year and a bit hiatus. This is the player that we were all hoping he could eventually be, and looking pretty good here in this game number 1.
Thompson, invis here as well.
Looking.
Sentry down, knows he's safe.
And you're gonna come after my buddy. Monet's coming for you. Right clicks come through, and they take down Thompson.
That is not worth. Yeah. And that already looks scary because it's like an Ursa with an Aegis, so
Wait,
like...
they're still going. Oh, that jump in though, Seb, he found him. XXS didn't get a chance. Waveform through. White Album pulls back onto Seb. They need to kill him. They need to bring him down. Lanham, they try and jump away, and they will finish him off. Sumail still has some duration left on this one. And they find the bash. Monet, godlike. A haste rune spawns in the river to try and chase down for Sumail.
And they have the vision
Sumail
too.
has to run.
They know where he's going.
Oh, it's deadly. A very timely haste rune, and Sumail just hoping to get out of dodge. And he will finally manage to escape, it looks like.
Oh, well, you say that. White Album's nearby.
Oh, God. Is he
So
going to find
the
him?
Manta, so no, he's good, he's good. He's
Okay.
out of there.
Jeez.
A little bit scary there, but, you know, Seb, he goes in, he gets that big Echo Slam, but there was still White Album.
Yeah.
He just gets orchided after, and that's the end. And the real issue is that he's dying so often that he can't progress on his itemization, so he picks up a Ghost Scepter, but that doesn't really solve the problem. I feel like he would have preferred, like, you know, maybe a Lotus, maybe that Lincoln's, and he's got queued up, but he got stuck at, like, the little tiny in-between item to see if he can survive a bit longer.
Oh, that's what you need to do at this point, but it's just, I mean, it's really hard. I don't know, I guess that they still need him for that initiation, but I would love the idea of just like him hiding back and, you know, letting Sumail be the one that goes in, but I mean, he kind of has to be the one to go in, I guess.
And one of the scariest things to have to do in Dota is to buy a gem in this situation. No Tail buys one. They're down 10K right now, but it's been a little bit brutal from the Hawks and everything. So they have to try and get some control back over their own territory and ensure that that zip and that potential for White Album, they need to bring back to, like, bad zip Storm Spirit. Not these good zips using the vision and getting those perfect silences off. And here comes one of those Hawks.
Right in.
It's actually, that's pretty cool that it just dies right to the Ice Vortex, right, with the Shard.
Oh, yeah.
On No Tail. That's a really good tool versus Beastmaster.
Well, and again, the big thing that they've been doing constantly, I think, on OG is trying to sort of ignore Monet while this Aegis is online. And now, the Aegis down, there's an opportunity here. That being said, Monet does have the Abyssal Blade done. He's got BKB. This Ursa is very hard to deal with. 4,000 gold ahead of the Morph. I think the Abyssal Blade is the biggest one. And they also almost have the Agnum Scepter now on the Weaver.
Yeah, if he gets Abyssal, is there anything? Probably, yeah, there is a 4-staff on Soxa. And maybe, yeah, a potential future one for No Tail, too. I like that decision. I think he has to go for it.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Nullifier then.
Oh, true. That is definitely the way to go, yeah. Wants a Scotty, though. Morphling matchup, that's also fair.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, Monet still rocking the Orbit Corrosion, but it's Aster that are trying to go for the suffocation play, take away their farm, take down objectives, and most importantly for Aster, try and secure that next Roche when it comes up. Still a minute and a half away, and this does give some time for OG to pressure out on the map. This tier 2 tower down bottom, gonna take a beat.
Yeah, the Twitch chat goes wild for Aster.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone pleased that they're showing up here. Okay, a few cheers for OG as well. Now, this is our little battle back and forth you see here, but at the top you can see it's much larger for Aster, so.
Wow.
Got more Aster fans here, clearly.
10K. It's the gold differential. 21 to 13. And the storyline, I think, of this game so far has really been just, You know, the failure to execute on this Morph Shaker combo, and Aster really being the ones to play around the strength of Monet and White Album, hitting some very clutch interrupts.
I would envision this as like OG kind of look like a bunch of little kids trying to get a ball into a hoop, and White Album's just like jumping up and slamming them down. Like he's like 7 feet tall, just like smacking big blocks on kids for these huge Orchid plays.
I like that.
Yeah.
But, oh, wait, Thompson. Get some bugs on him. Oh, they know. Jump in. Over to the side. Monet found him. Seb's dead again. And now the chase. Thompson in some trouble. Fusel there. They're going to buy back now on Seb. And that signals Aster walk away. OG, they want to chase. They want something here. I don't think they're going to get it.
Just get Orchided over and over and over again. You think, all right, I'll get myself a Ghost Scepter. Abyssal, dead. It's like, all right, well, there's no winning here, clearly.
What are you going to do?
I love how he's the Abyssal right into the silence, too. Gotta find ourselves a new neutral item here, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, the Mindbreaker. Yeah, that's devastating. There's nowhere to go. But the buyback's certainly going to hurt. I don't know, can Thompson be the one that goes in first? I guess that fight was different because like things got a little bit weird right at the start. They were revealed on a Hawk, and they just like, as soon as they saw Seb, they're like, we can go. But
As long as we stay positive.
Yeah, I don't know. Thompson needs a bit more. He wants the Silver Edge.
Yeah.
He just needs like something else for a little bit more damage. But one of the issues with his game is that he doesn't have the accelerator at all. You know, he has the magic acceleration because, you know, or at least some amplification thanks to the help of the Ancient Seal from the Skywrath Mage. But he doesn't have an Empower, doesn't have a Bloodlust. This is not the same Tiny that we've been seeing in a lot of our matches. There's no Lycan for the Wolf Bite.
yeah, and as soon as they've sort of crossed that threshold of damage, it means that Thompson's not able to get that immediate elimination. And even when he did, we think about that fight where, you know, took out Lenham right at the start. Monet just turned around and was like, all right, well, I'm going to kill you then. There's nothing left in the tank.
They have a double Force Staff now, though, so harder to get these kills, be it Orchid or Abyssal. Maybe the two supports can help out and save Seb, and he might be able to get like the Re-Goose play back into the engagement, try and turn things. What we need then at that point for the stack of the team fight and the spells is we need the Aghanim Scepter on the Weaver.
Yes.
This is, again, another thing that can really break up the flow of a team fight to a large surprise.
But are they going to be able to get this one in time? There's vision around this area, and
Do OG not have Sentries?
I mean, I guess not. There's, oh god, he got bashed by Roche, and they go at the same time on Seb. When they tries to get him, Ghost Scepter out. White Album focusing onto one. And it looks like they
Seb's
will
out.
eventually kill Soxa here, most likely. White Album, Avatos down low. They can't get on top of that freaking storm. Soxa down low, and
Seb
will die
spotted.
to the boar. They still can't get it. So they have to buy back. They lose no till, but they will kill White Album. Much needed. But now in some trouble. XSS gets turned on, gets exploded. Sumail, BKB out, now turn on the Lenham, taking him down as well. Monet, Angry Bear, but the Enrage does it up. He's going against them all on his own. And now the rest of the team buys back, gets in the fight, takes down Sumail to boot.
Yo, let's go,
Monet
Borax.
is the legend, and Borax makes the plays.
He just followed Seb that whole fight. Like, Seb got gone on, as you noticed in the very beginning, and he tried to loop back around up to his own side of the jungle, and Borax just, he got a bug on him in the Roche pit. Again, thanks to that one Hawk, which spotted so much around Roche, and then he just got stalked by Borax, and he couldn't play, right? Like, what are you going to do as an Earthshake when this happens? So that initial Hawk, as you can see, not spotted, right?
Yeah.
That's what gives them the jump off the bash. Up top, you see them hop onto Seb. And then our first victim here, man, I tell you, invisibility has really been the invincibility today in a lot of our games. But Sumail, not able to land that combo, obviously, just a little bit too late. Kind of shows the nerfs that have happened to this build, right, over time.
It's true.
It's not quite as devastating as it was. And as you can see, there's actually pings from Seb. He's pinging his own hero during that, just like, guys, please, help. I can't do anything right now. This Weaver's just on me.
Yeah. Needed that help, and there was nowhere. I mean, the fight had spread out too far by that point. Now, Tier 3 Tower are going to get taken down. Aster, after an incredibly disappointing day number 1, are coming in and trying to take down OG, the 2-time TI champions. And they're looking to secure this. OG need to come up with some answers. They've still got Aegis, Cheese on the IO, Refresher on the Weaver. There's going to be at least 2 sets of racks, it looks like, or at least the Tier 3 tower. No, okay, they're backing, they're backing. OG, can they punish? Can they chase?
I don't think they can without Seb.
Okay.
I think they'll be happy to go back and get up their neutral items here. Tier 4 available. 38.5 minutes after that big fight. They had more important things to do than farm the jungle. So now they go back and collect these items. We'll get a couple better items here for some of these heroes. I'm looking for Monet specifically. I feel like he doesn't really need the old Mindbreaker anymore. So
That's a good point.
best item. Ooh, Penta Edge. That could be kind of hype. Oh, it's like I willed it to be.
Penta Edge is
My
there.
God.
Oh, man. Trickster Cloak coming out as well. OG in the meantime. I mean, again, if they can find that big fight, this is the combo. God, look at that damage differential.
Yeah, and now he has a Penta Edge. They just
Yeah.
pass it up to him. Oh, neutral items. Amazing.
All OG need is that one fight, though.
Oh, the
This
Hawk.
is a lineup that can do it, but will it happen?
Now, they still have the gem, but mind you, the AoE's not that large. And it's still on no-tail, which is pretty scary.
Yeah, he gets found at all. He's just donezo. Sumail trying to get towards that butterfly now. Yeah, the fights just feel really tough. Like, they really don't have an answer for Monet. This Ursa pick was been absolutely superb. And now they're trying to herd OG around the map. No tail, didn't get hit with the bugs, can maybe hide away. Oh! X marks the spot again. Borax goes down. That's the play that they needed. They lose Soxa for it though. But can they still take this fight without him? Jumps in, Monet catches on to No Tail. That's Gem on the ground, looking for more. They find anybody else looking, jump in. Abyssal Blade turns now into Sumail. Abyssal's one, tries to kill the other, and Sumail falls. Triple kill for Monet. This is the slowest beatdown that we've seen in a while. Doesn't quite manage to find that bash.
Oh my God, it was the tether stun. I could not figure out what happened to Sumail. I was like, what? What just interrupted all that? But the shard, it's so sneaky the way it operates in this specific scenario because like the way that they're trying to jump in there with Sumail and Seb, right? They're essentially doomed to be in that tether.
Yeah,
Right? And it's
true.
like breaking up. It's such a like finesse combo. You're trying to get like that perfect wobble situation where they're just like stunned, 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 stunned. But they can't do it. Look at this. Look,
Yeah.
Seb comes in and it's just like,
They both
oh, now
get
you get
stunned
stunned.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, look at for everybody that's been around for a while. Normally we talk about like if you haven't been in Dota for a while, but people might remember this
Yeah,
from
yeah.
back in the day. This is the new answer to Morph Shaker. Just get an IO, get a shard.
Just get tether stun apparently.
They end up stunning themselves.
They do the work for you. That's great.
Oh man, what a flub. That one hurts. 41 minutes in, and Aster with a sneaky pickup. Atlanta, this guy's been around forever. He knew what he needed to get. That's amazing.
There's nothing better than the shards that don't give you another button but are really good. You know?
Exactly.
I don't have anything else to worry about right now. Just gonna do my normal stuff.
God, what a play.
Oh, a timeless relic? Nice.
That's unbelievable.
It's, oh, I don't even know who's gonna want that.
Dude, keep it for IO. Oh, and now Aster, 96% win probability, at least according to Dota 2, but things looking quite good for them with the Aegis still in hand for, well, actually about to be reclaimed. Oh, are OG going to try and hit this timing? They know it.
Success.
Oh, the BKB though, but the Ghost Scepter. Good reaction. Looking for a secondary stun. Jump in afterwards. Thompson, Ava, toss. A-Blast comes in though, and there's the Echo, but he got stunned again! Monet tries to turn, hoping to do something at all here. They've already lost the Storm. This fight looking okay for OG at the moment.
Sox is still alive somehow.
Looking, chasing, waveform. XXS gets caught, gets chased, still invis, but they get the vision, and eventually they're gonna find the beatdown as they take down 3. This was the fight OG were waiting for.
Io, Storm, and Beastmaster. Still a giant lead, of course, for Aster. You know, you can't get too far ahead of yourselves, but it proves that there is a chance now for OG. They have an opportunity. And you know that's the case whenever there's Morph Shaker. I believe Thompson's fine here.
Well, we will see. He's thinking about going. I mean, he knew. So
He did not know.
he didn't know
Oh, he
about
did know.
Monet, but he
That was
didn't
Hedrick.
know,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know about at least the chase down.
He
the
thought
waiver.
Sumail could come in, they could bait his death.
Now,
Sumail, he's the pressure. He wants to try and turn this. There's the overpower onto the Morph. Seb's coming too.
Spirit Vessel already.
Now he can
Jump
copy the
in.
shaker.
Has to be careful. Borak's in trouble, and Borak's
They're
going to fall.
dropping.
One by one. They're getting a little bit too big for the britches here on the Aster lineup.
Now they still have a 2 set of racks lead, so that's pretty good, right? You had 2 lanes, always going to be pushing a little bit in your favor on the side of Aster, so like these wipes don't hurt quite as much as when you have this big lead without a racks. But it's all just little stepping stones, right? They're going up the stairs. They're trying to fall back down any stairs throughout the rest of this journey, but it's a steady ascension back to an even game, because the issue is that OG are still in the basement. They got to find themselves in the level ground, which in Europe is 0, and I find that confusing. But it actually makes more sense.
That's true.
When you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe the rest of the world could just do that too.
That sounds
It's
great.
probably, and you know what? I say Europe, it's probably the rest of the world and not North America, but we think we're the center of the universe,
you're
not
so
just
good.
the world. So
They're
that's true.
unraveling.
Yeah.
You found the moment. And you know who else have found the moment? OG here.
And there's the segue.
They
Perfect.
have done. I mean, again, this is like the comeback team, right? This is the lineup that's done it time and again. And right now they're putting the game, it feels like, in Sumail's hands. That's sort of been the point of, it feels like their entire group stage. Give him whatever they can.
Wow, they're trying to give Seb level 25 here.
You can see the player comparison for the moment. He has definitely been given the higher priority, but I will say that I feel like White Album has had a couple more of those more standout moments.
Oh yeah, 100%. Sumail is, he's slowly getting there. Every item makes it just so much easier for Sumail, right? Because you know it's a struggle with like everything they're playing versus, and Seb's having some itemization issues because he obviously like has a harder time farming compared to the Morphling. He's still struggling to progress past his items. He at least has that Lincoln's now. But Sumail can pick and choose a little bit easier into ways to catch back in. And wow, that is a very late Roche spawn. That is really good news for OG. And the OG fans. That's where you guys need to like make the crowd thing happen.
The cheers.
Because you got a late Roche spawn.
That's what
I don't know how it works. I haven't looked yet, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out.
An interesting series of events. I will say too now, you know, you've got the Satanic done for the Morphling. They've got a way to dispel there, multiple ways to dispel. Oh, this could be scary. Jump in, done. No force staff reaction. They can't get there in time. Monet pops the BKB, turns on to Thompson. He's blown up. Has
Instant
to buy
buyback.
back. They know that they need to be here. But again, it's a long Roche spawn.
Wow, I can't believe all these OG fans are dying when they just lost 2 heroes. That's so weird. Like, why are they cheering like crazy? These are really sadistic fans.
Dude, you baited it so hard right there. Oh, man. Well, 18,000 gold. And more importantly, the buyback status that we're sitting at right now. We've got 4 ready for Radiant. Only No Tail available with the buyback. As we get closer and closer to this Roche fight, it's going to determine so much.
Like, who goes in first right now for OG? Like, how do you figure out what's happening over here, you know? This is not an easy situation. They are blind. If you go to their vid, they don't see anything.
Yeah.
You go to the vid on Aster, they see everything. They see like the entirety of the middle of this map.
Uh-oh, Thompson, he gets jumped on right at the start. The BKBs come out and the beatdown commences.
They're just fishing a barrel. Like, that vision's unreal right now.
They see everything. But they don't see Sumail. Sumail looking for the chase down, but instead they found Saksa, able to chase, able to kill. A double now for Monet, looking for another, seeing if he can find a third. And just like that, they take them both down. No buybacks on any of those heroes for OG. They're going to run into the Roche. It's a long spawn, but does that mean they just go up and try and take racks? I think so. Aster forcing out reactions, a heck of a couple of plays.
Now, the Earthshaker, they wouldn't know for sure, right? There was no buyback. They might know because of his items and everything, but they probably don't know. The Tiny they know is not coming back. That one's a guarantee. The Morphling, they also wouldn't be sure if he has buyback right now, too. He wants to make his way to this fight, but for now, Sumail is indeed under vision, just still hitting Ancients, so.
They're trying to force out any type of reaction, any type of buyback, maybe realizing now that there isn't one, and instead they're going to set their sights on these Tier 4 towers. Do you go Tier 4s against OG, or do you go for Roche? They're making a decision right now. Will it come back to haunt them? They're dropping down as many of these little dualies over and over again. Oh, Sumail Backs away.
I think they can end it.
They're
It's
trying
30
to.
seconds. They see the speed. They're hitting the buildings.
Turns forward. There's the Ice Blast. It comes down afterwards. Sumail dropping somewhat low. Waveform through. Doing a good chunk of damage. They have buyback on
Buildings.
No-Tail, but it's only Sumail that's left. Swings, misses. GG called. Aster take game number 1.
Aster. Oh, man. I bet they're just going nuts right now.
That's crazy.
Getting themselves the win versus OG, a team obviously double champion and
Unbelievable.
still a very real threat here at TI, even if they didn't perform that well in the DBC. And they've been showing that in some of their games too. To us, OG has looked like one of the better teams. Like some of their strategies have been very scary versus their opponents here in this group stage. And now Aster taking the first game versus them in maybe not dominant fashion, but definitely convincing. I'm convinced on Aster. They're back.
I think so too. I was fully out on Aster. I was like, these guys
he
are
was
done.
dusting cards. he was actually just getting rid of them last night. He's like, no.
But yeah, showing up and putting on a heck of a performance. That's the type of thing that like it's like a storybook thing, right? Like you can't play day one and then you have to sort of pull it back. And OG on the other hand, I would be shocked if they didn't come back with like a new set of drafts and put in like a heck of a better performance here in game number 2, because it's not that they necessarily looked bad, but there was a couple of slip-ups that was sort of uncharacteristic, because this team looked amazing yesterday, and coming in, lose their first game of the day, it's a rough one.
This is where the True Sight episode starts, guys.
Oh.
When Aster take their win against OG with White Album back. And remember to type "I was here" in the chat so that when they play this back, you'll see yourself in the True Sight. Perfect. We'll see you in game 2.
back again, all you wonderful people out there. Game number 2 of Aster versus OG. Trent, we had definitely an upset. I mean, I think that if you came into this tournament going in, people would be like, well, Aster's, a pretty good team. They did well in DPC consistently. Played pretty well in tournaments, I feel like, to some extent.
Online monsters.
Exactly. Things
Yep.
like that. But then, obviously, the situation happened with COVID. That's been talked to death, so we don't really need to go into that much. But having to play with 86, people, I think, were really writing them off. And now coming back in, I think it changes the dynamics a little bit about how people are going to look at these groups. And we got a question. What happens in this game number 2?
Yeah, to reference how chaotic their day was, we thought that they were actually playing with Mad right up until like the day before. Like they were scrimming with Mad, from what I understand.
Who, by the way,
hasn't played Pro Dota in many, many, many years.
He's 4.5k MMR.
Okay, but to be fair, he did used to play pro. So
He did.
Surely that must just be maybe he wasn't playing.
Exactly.
We'll go with that.
So then they were like, no, we're going to get 86.
That sounds good.
And, you know, he was pretty well, I mean, he struggled. It felt like they were playing demoralized Dota was kind of what was going on. But now they're back. They take down the 2-time TI champions. Like, is there any bigger way to come back into it than that? I don't think so.
Other than beating LGD. That would have been hyper.
Right.
I'll give them that. But then again, they would be like, well, that's because they're in their region and stuff. So,
Exactly.
Maybe that. So,
like, this to me offers more legitimacy to the team. Like, you could say, like, interregional shenanigans with that other thing.
True.
So,
well, good start then.
definitely.
Can they do a game 2, though?
We'll see. Draft-wise, you know, it was very clear from the beginning what this goal was going to be from OG. As soon as we got to the second phase, more Shaker, do it to it. On the Aster side, I thought that they would maybe try and go for a little bit of like a quicker pressure type lineup, but Io Ursa is still very strong.
Yeah, I mean, it is fairly fast, right? Let them like kind of move in as fast as they wanted. They could relax a little bit. I think overall, what really helped them though was just like the vision, just like the Beastmaster. I feel like that was crazy.
That hero's nuts.
Yeah, a hero that again has been, I guess, undervalued. I would say has been nerfed. So you have to kind of like slowly build up the trust in the hero again after the nerfs like that happen, because it's always been a very popular and strong hero, but. The vision game was just ridiculous.
Well, and the thing that you were talking about too, right there at the end, where there was like that line of 3 wards at the end of the game, which like normally, you know, you have your wards a little bit deeper into the enemy side of the map, but I think what you're saying is the Beastmaster allows you to just be like, all right, well, I'm going to send one Hawk forward, and we're just going to keep vision of the central area instead.
Yeah, they played like a 2-3 zone of like 2 Hawks near the base, and then this line of 3 wards, just like covering entirely down the river. And what's so nice about that is that like you can also cover with sentries in these big, flat, open areas, and that's what caught Thompson.
Right.
That's what ended the game like twice in a row. It was just 2 deaths on Thompson like that.
Yeah, a very interesting way to play around that vision. I think also, I don't remember if he had the Hawk or not, but that lowers the cooldown of the Hawk as well. If he had the Shard on them, which you know what I was saying. You know what I was saying.
You're good.
My brain turned into mush a little bit.
I didn't hear any of those sweet dive bombs.
No,
So
those ones are cool.
I'm not sure if he did. Yeah.
But regardless, something to watch for in this. And I think going into this game number 2, the big question mark is, do OG just try and switch things up completely? Do we just go for like a Clinks play instead? I personally wouldn't go Morph Shaker if I was them. Not that they don't have confidence or something, but make Team Aster beat you with something else.
Wait, game 2. Did you guys want to actually like watch the draft? Do you want me to hit the button? I can hit the button.
Let's do it.
Ready? Sorry. I accidentally hit it with my elbow.
Got owned by production
I forgot they
right
can't
there.
hear me.
Unbelievable. Production handled you. So we're going into this game number 2 now, and Aster with the first pick, but playing on Dire this time around. So a little bit of the old swapperoo we're getting here.
Okay, all right.
ET?
This fits our. Oh no, this doesn't fit our theme.
No.
Oh, interesting. So personally, I feel like Radiant feels good and second pick feels good. So to me, OG just won. We're good. It's over.
Okay. Done.
Go
Pack
next.
it up. Do you want to explain a little bit? Not
No,
particular?
I'm good.
All right, fair enough. Well, we'll just say that they won, and we'll see how they win throughout the course of this draft. OG, they're going to ban out the IO. They feel like that was a huge part of what allowed Team Aster to win, and I think that there's a lot of truth there.
I think that also says that Aster maybe thought they would perhaps get it again. Like they're basically just saying like, we think they're going to ban our IO, so we want first pick because we think there's going to be another very valuable hero remaining in the pool hero.
Okay.
But I guess to be fair, OG had first pick last game and they went tiny, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if OG would have.
OG's turn to ban.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they would do an IO in their next matchup in a similar situation. If they might feel like, maybe this is more worth it after a game like that. But I do think they'll stick to their guns on the tiny. It's got so much flexibility to come out here, but we'll see if it's there. Because now with this puck ban,
10
tiny
seconds
and
remaining.
Monkey King
Yeah.
remain.
So that's the thing I'm wondering
Huh.
is if they
5
leave both of
seconds
them in,
remaining.
and then like Aster just doesn't pick it, and we're like, what the hell's
Team
happening?
Aster's
You know,
turn
like,
to
Okay. Huh. Well, Boba like
OG's
invented
turn
Monkey,
to
right?
pick.
yeah, you have
Like-
to do it.
This we're talking like, am I crazy? Like Boston Major, right? Wasn't that like the first
DAC.
it was that long ago?
Yeah,
It was-
DAC 2016.
It's a long time ago, either way.
Yeah.
Turn to pick.
This was basically his. So the potential for the Sport Monkey is there, and OG, well,
There it
they're
is.
bringing it back. We've seen this strat, and we've seen it win.
You know what? Like this actually makes me. I mean, groups are a different beast entirely from the main event. And this feels like a very group stage move to
10
make, where it's like
seconds
we
remaining.
have
Team
our set
Aster's
strategy that we
turn
do,
to
and then when
bat.
that set strategy is like not working out, we're going to go back to this other one instead. And it's like a couple of things that you're
OG's
throwing out
turn
there
to ban.
that are consistent, and then it's the main event where you start like sort of changing things up and becoming a little bit more dynamic with it. But this is like the other strat that we've been seeing from OG, which is make Sumail huge on a Clinks. And Team Aster feel like they have an answer to it, which is a Doom.
Yeah, we had this earlier, right? LGD and Secret with
10
the Doom
seconds
versus the
remaining.
Tide Hunter, and Zai was struggling to try and
5
hit the
seconds remaining.
the big Dooms there on the Tide because the constant coverage from a
Team
Lotusar player from the
Aster's
position
turn to
4
ban.
player there.
I mean, that was part of the problem with that game too, though, was that the Snapfire just got completely out of control by XinQ. So
Speaking of which,
I wouldn't mind seeing a Snapfire pick for OG.
yeah, we already know they like playing it. We know they like playing it with this hero,
Yeah.
and it's got some tools versus Monkey.
10
Can be a bit
seconds
annoying,
remaining.
right? Help get people away just from the Monkey. A little like pseudo force staff.
5
And if
seconds
Monkey wants to sit
remaining.
in his
OG's
like little
turn
ring,
to
he's just
ban.
gonna get like dive bombed on by Mortimer's kisses. See, I think that a Snapfire ban here has to happen from Team Aster in the second phase, but
It's must.
it's got it.
Or you're just calling it.
Well, we
then
already
you
said
can
that
call
O-
it. Yeah, we already know they won, so
Yeah,
I guess they must
exactly.
get Snap. That just makes sense.
Yeah,
10 seconds
this
remaining.
is how we should always do Dota 2 analysis. Just like, well, that team's gonna win, so
Yeah,
how are they
like-
gonna do it?
Seconds remaining.
Oh, they pick this and then they win. Oh, got it. Interesting.
Aster, are they deciding on much at this point? It's probably a 3 Doom, but I could see it as a 4, and then you throw this Monkey into a core roll. That could be done. It is, be remiss if we didn't mention China Doom.
Right.
I wouldn't say
Team
Doom has much of
Aster's
a
turn to
big
ban.
identity in the Western scene,
Mm.
either NA or Europe. But for years, China just loved Doom. They played Doom all the time. They played in various roles.
Right. I think that Eastern Europe had a pretty strong Doom presence as well for a while. Particularly like the VP, they had it as a great
10
answer to
seconds
Terrorblade. I always
remaining.
remember that being a thing. But you're right. Like
I'm even
the
thinking
rest
just like
of 'em-
in pubs.
5
Yeah,
like
that's
not
a
even
good point.
teams.
Yeah.
Like their pubs have like just Doom everywhere for some reason.
Right. That's a fair point. I want to see again, for anybody that maybe doesn't know, this Bobica Monkey King has been such a classic, and it's something that we kind of anticipate them coming out with, but we're not sure. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. But Borax definitely very, very knowledgeable on the hero, signature hero, but they're taking a long time with this last ban. I'm assuming trying to decide between Snapfire and something else. And usually when you take this long for a ban, you don't take the obvious ban. They're going to run something else weird and give them the snap.
OG's turn
There it
to
is.
ban.
The
Oh,
lever.
because the Tiny's still in.
Exactly.
So just ban Tiny as OG. Do you want Tiny? I guess they could want Tiny. They could just pick the Tiny out of this phase. So they could go Tiny. Yeah. So now, no, it can't be a Weaver ban because of Tiny. Because they could just
10 seconds
ban the
remaining.
Tiny. Because first pick's OG out of this.
Yeah, so I think that...
So OG are
5
picking
seconds
Tiny now.
remaining.
You think so?
I think so. Tiny, and I mean that's what worked so well before, right?
The only
Was
thing
top
is that
I guess they won't know their matchup
the other
until
thing...
the
is-
very end.
If they go Tiny now, then you could potentially Snapfire as Aster, and I feel like Snapfire Doom is a really strong lane. You could put Monkey King position 1. So I think that there's still a
but
lot of
Clink's tiny.
flexibility. I get you. I hear you. It's strong.
OG's turn to pick.
ban the Luna.
Dota.
Don't want a similar hero to Clinks, right? They would say, like, we want to play this style of Dota with a bunch of stacks and ancients, and we're going to farm them. We don't want you to to at least not to do it as well as we're going to do it. And so, well,
Ooh.
I go for a Rubik instead. So, gonna try and perhaps reflect a Doom with a Lotus, but also maybe even steal one too. They could outnumber your Dooms if they do a Lotus and a steal, right?
I mean, if you get Doom, you're messing up as the Doom, right?
10 seconds
If you steal
remaining.
Doom, the Doom doomed himself.
There's a couple heroes like
5
that versus
seconds
Rubik where it just
remaining.
feels bad. Pudge, Witch
Yeah.
Doctor, hit your toggles, guys.
True, true. So Aster now facing down the danger of a Rubik and a Tidehunter. Feels like it could be a good Wraith King game, but I feel like a Wraith King with a Monkey King support and a Doom position 3 feels a little weird to me. It's like
Team
too single target
Aster's turn
focused
to
almost.
That's the 5 they go for.
Weird.
I think the issue is like it doesn't feel like you can go Disruptor.
Lena.
Because, like, you know, you think about another hero versus Tide, but that's kind of why you pick the Doom. So should you really double down? But Tree, well, I'm not a fan of the Tree 4s. That has not been convincing me. But going for the Tree 5 means that they have quite a few options for their 1.
10 seconds remaining.
And without having last pick, they want to grab one of these very secure mid laners, right?
5
That, you know, there's 2
seconds
bans left on
remaining.
OG. Let's say they took like Terrorblade or Spectre instead of this Lena. Then there's a good chance you just see like Queen and Lena banned as those 2 heroes from
Yeah.
OG. So they want to grab that Lena. There's still some options here in terms of flexibility. This doesn't even have to be a mid Lena. Could theoretically be a 1 Monkey, a 4 Lena, a
Yeah.
3 Doom. That's a decent lane.
That's what I was kind of thinking about, and then you just like go Midas on Monkey King or something, keep your towers alive, take some other sort of like strong carry out of the mid. Wouldn't mind seeing like a
Team
Dusa
Aster's
potentially.
turn to
That'd be
bat.
kind of cool.
Oh, No Tail Tide? Or No Tail Beastmaster, actually. It could be that too. We're getting some sort of a mix-up on a 5. Could also be the Tops and Tidehunter mid again, right? The
Yo,
Sumail Clinks.
there was a time.
I think they might be last
There
pick in
was a
5.
time
10
when
seconds
Sumail
remaining.
played Beastmaster.
Mm.
That's not gonna happen. There's no
5
way that
seconds
happens
The
with
remaining.
this
Fada
team.
style.
Yeah.
The mech. Mech's cheap again, guys.
I could see Thompson playing Beastmaster. I couldn't see Sumail playing Beastmaster with the way that this team functions now.
Well, depending on what the matchup is, they might just wind up throwing the Tide there instead anyway.
Yeah.
And also, Tiny is still in.
Oh, we saw the Thompson Tide, didn't we?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
that's
saying?
what I'm saying. Yeah. So one of the 2 games, I believe, versus Alliance, I think he played Tide in 1 and Tiny in the other.
Who is when we were watching like the pubs and doing our research and stuff? Who was it that we saw that went the Tidehunter or Satanic?
I believe that was Ame from Safe Lane.
OG's turn to ban.
3-3 was who I was thinking of.
Oh, he rushed it first and he used it for the Dispel as an
Yeah,
offlaner.
yeah.
Yes, yeah, that was 3-3. That was sick.
Yeah.
That was a cool build. Shout out to 3-3. Nice build. Satanic early in the right game. That was nasty.
Well, right now they
10
ban out the
seconds
Nature's
remaining.
Prophet. I like that ban a lot. If you're playing this tree, you sort of want to make
5
sure you don't get these
seconds
heroes that can
remaining.
all in your towers and take them before you really come online. I really just don't like Lena as a hero.
Hater?
I'm a
Lena
hater. I'm a super big Lena hater. She just feels like
Team
so
Aster's turn
like
to ban.
gankable and fragile in the late
Okay, what if they
stages of the
pick
game.
Faceless Void, though? This is a good Void game. You'd have Chrono. You'd have double bubble between like having Chrono as well as Overgrowth. Then you'd have some help with the Wukong's command. It gives Lena an
OG's
easy way to
turn
hit.
to ban.
Still doesn't make me like Lena, but I like
Wow,
the
damn.
draft more.
Yeah, but if Lena has setup, Lena's good.
That's fair. That's fair.
Team Aster's turn
Oh, they
to
do ban
pick.
that Spectre. I think
That's smart.
I thought it would be Spectre as, and I forget what the other hero we were thinking it was. Some other big heavy. Oh,
Terrorblade?
Terrorblade. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Terrorblade's not as good though, so that's cool. Spectre's a really solid ban. I'm sure probably some disappointment. I feel like that was a good one to go for versus the Clinks.
10
That Ags
seconds
build has
remaining.
just been looking ridiculous.
I wouldn't mind a
OG's
Faceless Void here. I
turn
think that
to
could be good. Oh, of course.
They're just like, yeah, okay, we'll just grab the Tiny. And then, oh, gee, yeah, we know you're picking Tiny. Oh, I love
Jeez.
Dota. Such a saucy pick right there. They had so much time.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we know what you're doing. Thompson wants a DK. kind of a scary lane, right? Some minus armor from the Gush maybe, and some right clicks from the Clinks could try and bully some people out of that lane. But it will be XSS on the Doom and Borax on his famous Monkey King. See if he's got enough in the tank to give them game number 2 as well.
So this puts me in a weird position because I feel like the two of the most contested heroes we're going to be seeing throughout this entire tournament is going to be Monkey King and Tiny.
Yeah.
Aster got them both.
Yeah.
I also feel like Tidehunter and Clinks are
you
like
talking to me?
insanely strong, as we get another Kyle in the ear there. And I kind of feel like they're going to be the ones with higher win rates than both Monkey King and Tiny together. So I feel like OG should win this. I don't know. But at the same time, how do I bet against Monkey King and Tiny? How do you not take that?
I'll tell you what I see.
What's that?
I see 9 heroes with some sort of a stun.
Okay. So who does?
That's pretty hype.
That is pretty
Just
hype.
just Clinks. It's the only one. All right, I'm counting Overgrowth. All right, guys, I just have to deal. And I'm also counting Warstomp.
Okay.
Just I think that's fair.
Sick. I like it.
So 5 stuns versus 4 stuns, easy Dota.
Easy
I
Dota.
think Aster just wins.
I think so. Game number 2, Aster just gonna win it. We already called that OG was gonna win it, so take wherever you feel like as we go into this one. Several of the most picked and most banned heroes throughout the entire tournament being made to let through the entire draft phase. I feel like that's a little bit of a flex by OG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like take your Monkey King, take your Tiny. We
Let's
don't
see what
care.
we got. You know, obviously you're coming to a tournament expecting those heroes to be on the enemy team potentially, so you want to be ready for them.
Time will tell what ends up happening as we go into this one. And of course, one of the big things to watch for will be, can they build up those stacks for Sumail and eventually take them down?
Yeah, we could run you guys through the game plan. If you missed that game, pretty much OG are extremely
30
keen on
seconds to
getting
battle.
as many ancient stacks as you can imagine for a Maelstrom rushed Clinks. And that's really all there is to it. And the way that they accelerate this Clinks is unlike anyone else at the tournament in terms of like how much they're dumping into their position 1. His XP is just absolutely out of control, and he just scales very, very quickly. Now, we didn't get a chance to talk about this because it just kind of happened snap pick at the end of the draft, but a Dragon Knight coming out this late, pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Not a hero that is getting a whole lot of love these days.
No, but I think it fulfills very much the same role that it did that made it so strong before, which was that like point, click, stun, and just get it done. And also a hero that very rarely is going to lose the lane and end up in a terrible position. That being said, there is some danger with the Lina. Lina, a hero that can put on a ton of hurt, particularly if, things get a little bit too far forward. But, I would imagine Thompson will be fine here.
Looks like he's 2-3 so far at TI.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 wins coming from Elephant and IG. All right.
Sorry, friend.
We'll see. Yeah, I think they just need like the jump in stun, right? This way, the Tide obviously is gonna have a very hard time going in first because it's a support Tide, pretty unlikely to be itemized towards a Blink Dagger on the earlier part of this game. So Thompson's job will be to go in there, garner some vision for the squad, can also of course capitalize on the vision potentially of the Beastmaster to just get like straight up good initiations to lead into easy kills. But sometimes you gotta go in a little bit blind, and DK is a great hero for that.
Particularly, you just pop that ulti, you've got the range that you need. It sort of feels like what we saw from the Legion commanders recently as well.
Yeah. And particularly when you have this persona.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Gives you strength.
Totally. Praise the moon of Mayne, as Lacoste says.
Oh man, I need some Mirana games. I didn't hear that spammed. That's a worthwhile investment.
Sing-song voice, yeah, it's rough. So at least now we've talked some about the Monkey King in the support role. Seeing it go up against a Tidehunter, kind of interesting there. I mean, there is a lot of potential for damage, but he's already used his Boundless Strike, dodges some of that damage with the Mischief, but will need to retreat away. I think he dodged both projectiles with the Gush and the right click from Sumail at the same time.
Damn.
That was cool.
I will say the Monkey King feels pretty good. We talked about an Ogre as a support, and that was one of the heroes that, like, even when the Monkey King support was bad, you could get away with it just because of, like, how Ogre wants to play and trade in the lane. And I think the support Tide you can get a lot of that same value with. But in this case, only when the Clinks isn't sitting there ready to also contribute, obviously, because with some minus armor, you know, you don't really want to mess with the Tide too much if Clinks is helping out.
Absolutely. It can be very painful. And those right clicks that come through, they just hit that much harder. White Album now going to push the wave underneath the DK's tower. And looks like it's going to force out a couple of missed hits there maybe. But nonetheless, one thing that I feel like we've seen as a struggle over the past couple of days has been Lina's and the inability to make rotations happen and find secure kills pretty easily. As Soxa going to take some extra damage there, push back, Lana, some trouble, pulled away, and the right clicks won't be enough to force down that Treant Protector. But that's something that I'm maybe a little bit concerned about.
Yeah.
If they can actually sort of connect for kills with the Lina.
I guess ever since that item build of just like straight up Yules has gone out of favor, it's felt like a struggle. You know, it used to feel so simple. You just grabbed a rune, went, tossed someone up, they just died.
Yeah, a little longer.
But everyone wants to abuse the ridiculous right click she can have because, you know, in some of the Fury crafting Dota, of course, she can be one of the best carries in the entire game.
Right.
When you do purchase up those big damage items, and so leading from the bots and the BKB lets you go into that path so much sooner than like some crazy late game like 90-minute transition or something, right?
Yeah. Well, and of course, then the only big problem that you ran into is like who's actually making moves on the map, and is anybody able to do anything, or is it just like sit back and AFK farm time? Which, based upon OG's lineup, I don't think that they're going to allow him to do that. That's the other good thing about this DK is Lem's going to get pulled back in.
Bottom lane as well.
All the trees. Borax gets the first blood on a no-tail, but on the other side, OG able to claim one in exchange. So a 1-for-1 trade across the maps.
Yeah, meanwhile, though, while this Tide's gone, now Borax gets the moment to just like run him down, give the Jingu stacks, trade a little bit back there too. And very big win for them down bottom to grab that kill. And then also all that punishment there. Now, this Courier, no chance of dying too, so the boots will be delivered to Borax. That changes your game completely as support Monkey King, right? Like doubles your effectiveness basically if you have boots and the enemy support doesn't.
Super annoying to play against. It makes it that much harder for No Tail here.
He's got 50 MS over. He's just like straight up just gonna jump all over him. You think Monkey, like without the boots, has done a lot, but Borax, he really values this early.
They're going on to Sumail. Oh, good slowdown there. That was needed. Instead, they turn their sights onto No Tail. Needs one more hit. Builds up that region. Borax, dodges it.
That was so good.
Yo, Mischief's still pretty good.
So now after this game, every Monkey King's gonna start buying brown boots, by the way. They all don't buy it. And all it takes is one game from Bobica, and they'll be like, oh, is this the go? Am I supposed to buy boots? We got like 40-minute monkeys with no boots right now.
Monet, gotta run away. Tree armor, keeping them survivable, though.
Real talk, though, it's all about what support you're versus. So
Okay.
I think that this is why it's so valuable here. I think it's an excellent read. It's a heavy investment, right? That's a lot of gold for a support player. Sumail down bottom. He's almost dead. He is dead.
It says again.
Whoa! You know,
It's the move.
this ain't your grandpa's Doom, all right? This guy's got phase boots and ring of protection. He has armor, all
Yeah.
right? Common
As long as we stay
misconception.
positive, we'll win.
This guy, he's back in the armor department. A couple of those, you know, literally unkillable patches later. Hero's very scary.
He's incredibly strong. Doom is one of those heroes too that, like, you know, if you can get off to that hot start, and particularly like make these kills happen before level 6, it's gonna be deadly. Some trouble. Well, they make the rotation over, but the tree armor again.
God, you need this kill, man.
Dude, making the moves. The haste rune, they're trying to find this finish. White Album does a little juke, hide around, land him. Laguna Blade comes out, gives him the high five, and then the stun, the follow-up chase down.
he
Wants to
can
get
get it.
him, but can't quite.
And it, man, that haste rune.
Yeah.
So close to running out, too. That ends just a moment sooner. He gets caught there.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, not going to be able to get it. But yeah, I'm still looking at this OG lineup and seeing the potential for ramp up and how quickly they can take down towers. But so far, Aster looking good, and even going to Doom down bottom. XXS just runs him down under the tower.
Early free kill with Doom, all right. And that Midas is getting pretty close here, about 1,000 gold away.
Thompson? I mean, I guess that he's fine.
Yeah, he's just trading lanes with Sumail. Sumail can now play a little bit closer to the Ancients and just be a bit safer in this mid lane, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, something was needed because
Courier.
just couldn't be there anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want Boots Thompson? Because those are gone now.
Not gonna happen.
No.
Get gone. But the stun. White Album.
Yo, Aster.
Aster. indeed.
Another big lead early. 5-1 on the kills and a scared Thompson.
I mean,
Huddling under the tower.
this is scary. This is a real big problem. OG, not where they want to be here in the opening of day 2 groups. Like, I don't know. You end up losing 0-2 to Aster. Suddenly, you start to, like, it was looking easy peasy for them. But there's some danger about, like, you know, having to go in through the lower bracket.
The key for them now will be finding this ramp-up strategy that they've had with the Clinks here. Sumail, he can't even get the stack off right now, actually.
I mean, that's still a lot of gold for him, though.
Yeah.
If we're going to be honest.
He's a little bit too busy with these camps, waiting for the next barrage. Can't handle the Ancients at the same time. And he is close to Maelstrom, so soon.
Oh, is Bobica going to scout these out? Borax moving around this area.
Oh, is he going to do the ward? Oh, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, so
Oh,
now...
look at this XP split, though.
Yeah, if he can get some of that on the Monkey King.
Oh, he got him.
Sumail. All right, well, I think Borax should be fine. Oh, no, he's in
TP
trouble.
in, dude.
Now, Boundless Strike. Does he get it? Oh, it hits on all the creeps, too. Wait a minute, he might just kill Sumail. Bobica trying to find the finish here, but the slowdown comes in.
No, please don't die after all this.
Oh, man. They try and bring him down. Eventually, they will.
That was going to be the sickest highlight ever.
That would have been so amazing.
This guy's brain is a little too big. It started swelling.
I mean, they need to bring in No-Tail to help out. No-Tail's the same level as Sumail. That's not a good thing.
No,
for,
it's really
OG.
not.
Wow.
This dude's saddest farm I've ever seen.
Tangoing. Like, what?
Just like, guys, look, how barrage this thing at? Like, please give me a Maelstrom. Oh, nice. Ocean Heart.
man.
Now let's go sit in the river.
Oh.
What is a boy to do? Well, his teammates are going to go up top and pressure this tower. Dragon form from Thompson. Counter pressure on the bottom lane. It's only one hero. It's XXS, so that is a bit of a win for Aster. It's only a win, though, if they actually do something about this triple siege. And with their Train Protector, you hate losing towers, but this one's gone. And a Hawk was spawning on him. I think he's gone, though.
Yeah, he's just going to walk away from that one. In the mid lane, they were able to take the tier 1 tower also. So White Album making action happen. Again, like the biggest comeback. Freaking Michael Jordan moment. Flu-like symptoms. Coming back and saving the day for Aster.
Well, there you go. Money, though, does eventually get a tower for himself, so very well done.
10 minutes, 2,000 gold lead. And Aster trying to control this side of the map. OG, Thompson is sort of inhabiting that like Beastmaster-esque role of keeping this lane pushed out, where Seb is the actual Beastmaster hiding away. You okay there?
Yeah. You know, they have a Beastmaster, so it's cool, but
No, I mean,
Seb's like, I got this one, guys.
Thompson's like, I want to do it for a little bit. I don't want to play DK. Who wants to play DK?
I don't know how fast they clicked it, or how fast they clicked it. Clearly, he did.
That's true.
He's into it. So back towards the mid tower. Seb is going to wrap from the jungle. They actually planted this ward on their first attempt on the tower when they tried to dive onto the Lina, and it's been sitting there the whole time, giving them lots of good vision around it. So they know there's not a lot of defense currently planted here. The heroes now arrive. There is a Doom, and
Oh my
another
God.
great cut.
Dude, they saw him jump into that tree. What? Oh, the bait. It was all a bait.
Yep.
It was a ploy. They jump in. The Ravage connects onto all 5 heroes. And that might stop this. Yeah. I mean, Aster keeps their tower alive.
I feel like I'm okay with that trade. Support ultis.
Yeah.
All that matters is saving this tower, though. With the living armor, it is maxed right now. You do not want to lose your mid tower at 11 minutes. You can't. There's no way.
All right.
Don't let it happen.
Win for Aster. They hold on. Oh, but if they all spread out again and then OG just walk into the mid and take it, that'd be really sad.
Well, they have the ward, right? So they're going to know if they do.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the main issue. And Thompson is just not giving up.
Dude, look at this. I mean, everybody TP'd before, so he can actually kind of like pressure this here. And White Album Monet looking for a fight over to the side here. Seb gets it, lift, roar, jump, blown up. White Album caught by Seb, and Thompson not giving up, has a DD now. Somebody needs to come to address this. There, I'm
Dude,
coming
just-
for you. Drops down the spray. And dude, all those heroes
It's
that
gone.
TP'd in and they come in and take it back like this, that can't happen as Aster. Oh, man. But Sumail? Uh-oh. There's a Doom. Does he have dust? Nothing.
Everybody gets one. Right?
Yeah.
Next time he'll have dust. That's the lesson you learn. Stick, not worth it. Dust, worth it.
Every time. Blink Dagger done for DK now. It's definitely a push lineup from OG. And they need to keep the pressure on. You got Beastmaster. You got DK Beastmaster. You get my point there. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna move
The
on.
tiniest cheer for OG there. The crowd. It's like, yay, the tower, we did it. Took 3 tries, but it's gone.
But yeah, this is, I mean, kind of I guess, inflection point in the game, it feels like. As Aster, like, do you just sort of keep staying back and farming? Like, do you need to try and make an aggressive move themselves? They've got this Doom that's, like, incredibly stacked up. Top net worth by a pretty wide margin.
I think you're all right, just chilling a little bit because you have this timing of the Lina that you're mostly playing for, right?
Okay.
So that's what we want to opt towards, is wait for that BKB to be the main issue. And, I mean, Shadowblade on Tiny also, you know, it's going to appear sooner rather than later because
Ooh.
it's going to be very active on these waves.
Sumail. Chase. Ravage, though. Oh, no.
Nice
they get him
defensive
again.
Ravage.
Unreal by OG.
That was a big rotation, so if they only got the kill on Borax, that doesn't feel that great, but they're going to turn this into something else. They have a Solar Crest. They go right into the Roche pit.
This is really nice by OG.
Can you imagine if Sumail died from this because they decided to fight, though? He is so low.
Yeah, that's a little
300
scary.
HP.
No monkey. And they don't have great vision in the area either. So OG, they're going to get this freebie. Impressive showing.
It's so important to turn those little ultis like that, you know, like save your carry, kill support, but actually do something. Like,
Yeah.
there's been discussions, like, you've seen a lot of the games today. When I check back on the final totals, the team with more kills is just losing games.
Yeah.
Because these situations are happening where, like, the kills don't matter as much because people are more willing to, like, kind of roam around as 5 or even position 4 and just throw away their body to, like, get good vision, get maybe, like, D-ward a ward sometimes even.
Right.
Just do something for the team and give their 1 and their 2 a lot of space to farm on the map. You know, you try and do that as Bobica there, going for a little bit of a risky attempt on the kill that could have paid off big. That risk-reward seemed okay, but they got punished very hard by just losing that Roche for nothing.
Well, and I think that felt like almost a planned execution by OG, right? Like, put your heroes in a position on the map where it's like, okay, if they go and gank Sumail, we're going to rotate as everybody to respond. But he's on the side of the map where Roche is.
Yeah, where something actually happens if we do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's some cool stuff going on there. And, oh, don't look now. Hello, hello. Thompson jumps forward, blinks, finds the stun, but there's no follow-up afterwards. White Album gonna get that Laguna Blade out, trying to bring down Thompson. The tree armor, it's not enough. So that's Aegis down in exchange for the Lina. OG, they find themselves a pretty good pick
Whew,
there.
Those axes, they just barely missed Borax.
They're gonna try and keep this tower alive, but OG, they got something to say about it. Oh, they missed the tree again. It's got to bounce around everywhere here. The wrap coming from the Doom again for a round 2. Eking ultimate down. There's the overgrowth afterwards. XXS moving into position. Thompson trying to back away. This Doom got his sight set.
They don't want to doom him. They don't want to waste it.
To that DK, and a good breathe fire through onto all. But they will eventually connect, and now the chase down. Able to connect onto
Oh, that's
No-Tail.
a late
He
BKB.
falls as well. And XXS barely living through this one. 65 HP does get brought down by Soxa on Borax. But nonetheless, things getting very close here.
Yeah, that certainly could have been worse. Now they want to use that ward that Bobica dropped down during that fight to try and capitalize onto Seb.
Yet again, pulls him in. ABBA, toss, done. Can White Album find another? Thought about it, but it's a bit dangerous.
8-6, big wins here. Kills on the Lina and the Doom to pump up their net worth. And Soxa trying to hang around and be a bit cheeky here with the Dragon Slave and the Fade Bolt. Wants to catch this next wave and actually wants to catch Alina on it. No Tail's coming too.
Up top,
She's keeping up her movement speed though with the LSA drop down. Means it's not available for a defensive stun, but it keeps her moving fast. Caught
Lift.
once.
Pulled back, no
Okay.
tail, looking, TP away, is it enough? No. No tail, gets the finish there, and another death onto White Album.
Thought he'd play there by like TV right away. Force Ravage might even still get out after.
Yeah.
Potentially, but Klink's being there is just no way that you're going to survive there. Now No Tail, excellent D-ward there. Kind of knew where that play came from. They killed Seb. They likely had vision, and he indeed was correct. So very interesting to watch OG just go right back for this Beast Smash, which of course they loved so much on this team for a long time. And after seeing that last game, I'm sure thought things like, you know what, I bet their game was a lot easier with all that vision.
Thompson jumped, doomed, in some trouble. Ava toss, Ravage interrupting, trying to take it onto 3. Mute is there though, and the chase down will continue. They get one, can they find any more? Taking couriers down even. No Tail gets jumped on, Sumail decides to turn to fight, but Porax just gets obliterated. It was way too much damage. Now, one thing to watch for, White Album is moving into the area and has a bottled DD.
The Faye Grenade. He's tracked. They know.
Monet thinking on him. Sumail's right on top of him. The wrap is coming. Sumail has to be careful here. He's getting trapped on. They scan, they catch him, and there it is, the DD out. Sumail stepped too far and ends up getting punished. Now Soxa getting chased as well. He's gonna go for the toss play. Nicely done to throw in XXS. And OG just getting a little bit too far forward.
Soxa even just accepting his fate there by Faye bolting the creep wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead. Go for some last hits though, if I could, please. So that 3x kill streak that he had too, that's just been passed over to Monet. So Monet now second on the net worth by 200 gold over top of Sumail, and the big winner, the breadwinner as it were, for Aster, XXS. Stacking it up too. Yeah, he is quite giant. Even for a Doom, he's up there right now. Thinking about going for the Shivas. Help the team out versus this Klinks. I think right now the Ravages haven't looked that frightening. Obviously to support Tide, but like mostly I'm thinking the actual combinations, like things that you can do during the Ravage. I feel like they're getting really big Ravages, and then they all get unstunned. And, like the axes flew through them all, and I was like, whoa, woo, scary. But they need Klinks, right? They need the big damage. They need a barrage comboed up with this Ravage before they get the big guns.
And it's almost maybe like a type of situation where you might have to play some like the old Clinks, where you go for like a pick off first on the little side initiation thing with a Beastmaster or what have you, because he is all of their damage. And the unfortunate problem with this is that if he shows, XXS, he's got a target. There's only one he needs to hit really. So 8-7, it's 5,000 gold lead. And OG stuck waiting to get in towards the next Roche. Going for that Scotty next.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
God, the Tumbler's toy. It's just
Gotta keep up your speed, you know.
the noise is just so out of place.
There's quite the difference. I mean, typical to OG, the camps being stacked quite heavily for themselves. Well known for that as a general sort of keystone to how they want to play.
That is the type of play together energy. Also, you tend to see a lot of assists come out from them, but this game at the very least, they're going to go for a quick pickoff here. White Album would be a great target, but they don't feel comfortable going up the ramp. Even with the Hawk, it's a little bit scary.
Inching away here.
I know, they're waiting for an opening. I mean, how many times have we seen these fights from OG right in this area, and they just go terribly around?
This tower, it's going to be max HP.
This could be bad. XXS spots him right at the start, looking for it, gets the Doom off, in some trouble, overgrowth afterwards. The rest of the team's TPing in, but they won't save him. He's done.
XXS going to grab the kill in the end. Not a great steal. I don't know, it depends. I guess in this game, it actually is pretty good for Soxa.
Yeah.
You tend to think of like these
Dire's top tower
these
is
big
under
like
attack.
fight turning spells, but in the way that they have to play right now, the tree dance is pretty nice to have. Oh, hello.
I see you're on a tree as well.
Yeah.
Well, goodbye.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He's just coming back. This is a long. He knows there's no boundless strike, but this is still kind of scary.
Oh, they got him though. Oh, he
And
jumps
they
down.
have the Ravage, dude. No Tail's just in.
He's backing out now. Monet. Gonna Shadow Blade and back out of there. Drops down the Sentry Ward.
Oh, that ward though. Spots Thompson's rotation through, so they're just out of there. And they still have the backable White Album back here.
Yeah. Good play. So another instance of Aster pulling OG around the map a little bit. I'm unclear what the game plan is now for OG. Like, it still feels like it's the same type of thing, which is just get Clinks huge. But it's not, like, we're not seeing that acceleration. They haven't been able to do it as well.
He has spent a lot of time trying to get to fights.
Yeah.
And trying to... feels like fights are happening, and he's just, like, running his way there. By the time he gets there, it's
this,
over.
as another
Yeah,
Avatos and dead. Tops, oh, maybe not, having spoken too soon. Thompson backing out of there. Oh, and he eventually burns down. And then the big jump in for Borax. Hits him, jumps the other tree, gets off the Wukong's command.
Sumail threw 2 right clicks on heroes and then hit a neutral camp during that fight after running the whole way there. That's kind of been his experience this game. The need to be there as a threat, but then his allies still die.
And now the break, the chase, the kill. Aster just running circles around OG right now.
Ownage indeed. And now XXS chasing with the vision from the Shiva's Guard. Get out of the trees.
Soxa, he knows right where he is. Gonna connect. The TP animation even finishes off basically there. Everybody dying all across the map. OG just don't have an answer. They haven't for the last couple minutes.
Yeah, and Sumail's just not even sure what to do. He's running around the mid lane here. Gonna try and clear out this wave and maybe think about invising towards their Ancients. I feel like he knows that that's the part of the map where they're not playing right now.
Right.
Because his own Ancients are just gone.
There's no chance for him to sort of start stacking stuff up there. Seb reveals himself.
I'm gonna start a
Sumail.
fight. They've ultied on the DK. They got to engage.
This is not gonna work. There's no way this is good. Sumail trying to run away. Lenham taking some good damage, but the root is out. Monet, Ava, toss. Thompson wanted to go for the stun. They still managed to kill in the duration of Monet being stunned. BKB from White Album. They back away. And nothing left here for OG. They've got to find a way to make Sumail, like, have the damage he needs, and it's just not happening.
They actually just can't find a play. They keep trying. And, you know, last game we credited a lot of that to the Hawks and the vision that Aster had that allowed them to sort of play this style of them being ahead, feeling like they're in control of the match, and that OG are struggling to really make the moves. Well, OG have the Beastmaster, they have the Hawks, and they still can't get anywhere. Because, again, Aster have chosen a different route for their vision. They've got this Bobica Monkey King, and he's really helping them in that regard with not only like the actual Tree Dance vision itself, but the placements that he can get on these wards have been pretty sneaky throughout the game.
True.
Right now, he probably has a few stacked up, because I don't see many wards down on the map for them right now. And I got a couple of them killing on trees, or chilling on trees, so I'd like to see a couple more wards out here from Borax as we prep for this Eggs Shard Roche.
Well, the game has slowly but steadily continued to favor Aster, and Doom now has been at top of the net worth for a very long time, going towards that refresher next. And do we see any move? OG, they're gonna smoke up and getting ready to head in for this fight around the Roche pit.
Trying to kill a Hawk with the Boundless Strike. No Tail looking for a potential 4-staff Ravage, but needs to make sure the allies are there to follow up.
A little bit.
Seb might lose the smoke here with the Invis Tiny.
Oh, blinks down.
Vision? Do they have any vision?
They don't. They have nothing. They see Seb. Reveals himself now. Jump in. Hoof stomp. Able to connect. Roar is out. So yeah, buyback if he ends up going down. There's the no-tail Ravage. It comes out. It connects. They have the buyback on the Rubik. White Album going to retreat away, but they're saving the buyback on the Doom.
Interesting.
So no Tidehunter. I think that they don't want to buy back if they don't have to. And stun out. There's the buyback. Now he's going to come into this fight. Able to get the stun there. The Boundless Strike onto Sumail. Controlled, rooted, in some trouble. The jump forward, the catch, and the kill. Thompson going to fall. And now they find the Beastmaster. Lift up afterwards, though. Coming from Soxa, trying to buy a little bit of space. But it is all for naught. As Aster stream into the Roche pit. Win the fight. And now going to claim the prize.
Kind of felt like they just weren't respecting Monet there. Or maybe they just felt like any sentry they place just gets destroyed, but I mean, they didn't know. Tiny's just lurking there, invis, and how are you going to get a good fight when that happens?
Maybe they thought that he didn't have buyback too on the Doom potentially.
Yeah, maybe.
But regardless, Aster take full advantage here. And now 15,000 gold lead. With the Aegis in hand, Sumail going back to finish off these Ancients. Hoping to salvage something.
Yeah.
That's like literally it.
And of course, another Invis tool upgraded here with the White Album Silver Edge available, which is just bad news for No Tail again, as now we'll have one on both the Tiny and the Lina. And, you know, a Doom. So, Ravages, just let them rip at this point if you're tied. Just hope you get it
Just
off,
have
right?
to go.
Just mash that R key as fast as you can.
Just Ravage right now. Maybe you'll hit him. Why not? Oh, it's not cooldown. That's why. That's the reason.
And just like last game, far down at the, you know, 25-ish minute mark last time, I believe, when they did the same play. No Tail had to buy a gem. So he purchases one once more. That means that one death is just going to cost you so much more, but you have to find some way to know what they're up to. In this case, you just got to get rid of their sentries so you can keep some on the map to stop these invis initiations.
It's so devastating if you just can't move out and have any vision on the map. And I will say that this Aster lineup, I mean, props to coming in with a plan. They've done great. Oh my god, and they caught him again. Sumail trying to back away. No Tail taking the brunt of the right clicks, will eventually fall. Now, can they get out of here with them? They get the vision, LSA. Barely getting home. TP to the tower. Oh man. I will mention that things have, there's been a few less chat wheels I've been noticing over the past couple of minutes here.
Very interesting.
I don't know how that happened.
Monet's been on it. He's still chat wheeling, so it's
That's
fine.
true.
He's got it covered. He's making up for them.
9-22. What a game from Aster. This Doom looks really good. I wonder if this hero's going to, like, with more 4 Protect 1, I actually really like the idea of it sort of taking off a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
Radiant's top tower
you could
is
just
under
eliminate this one giant hero, especially the way that OG specifically have been trying to play this. Like,
Yeah.
they're even a little bit more balanced, I would say, this game than usual. But maybe that's just because Sumail's so much further down. You kind of expect him to be at like 22 or something right now.
attack.
Right.
Not so much 15K.
True enough.
Radiant structures
Well, they're going to start walking up and hitting that tier 3 tower. You can see the comparison here.
Yep.
Very much so far still all of the bulk of the damage on Sumail, but it's just from so many different places on Aster, it feels like. You get a ton from Monet, ton from White Album, XXS as well.
And you can't beat that building damage. Ooh, 4-step in. Trying to get a little bit of a punish there, but Lotus help protect. And Monet can just go back to hitting towers. He has 2 minutes of Aegis, so.
They're just splitting with Sumail. He is not here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
We'll back away for a moment. And as we approach this 30-minute mark, just pass it, Bounty Rune's going to be claimed. It does appear that Aster are going to play it a little bit safer, go for a smoke play, get the rune, head out.
Pretty much a defensive smoke here, just to give themselves a little bit of a boost out. And, you know, if there are wards in this area, not necessarily let OG know where they're off to, because this is a classic example of when your enemy wants to smoke on the Radiant. Like, they're even gonna smoke, I think.
Oh my god, they found him.
Oh, that's
Sumail,
bad.
he's done.
Best case scenario right here.
Wow.
He is fast, though.
They chase down.
Not
He
fast
just-
enough.
not even close. Wait, a fight though brewing over in the jungle.
They don't
tried
want
to
it
get over.
anymore.
Yeah, they got to run away. They're going to take the outpost away. Aster, no mercy.
They are crushing them, these 2 games. They have OG's number. I don't know who was doing the study up or whatever, but this is clear domination coming out from Team Aster.
Game number 1, it looked at moments like it could have gone either way, but Aster came out with the victory. Game number 2, not particularly close.
TI winners, T Masters.
Oh, there it is.
That must be what it is.
Stun. Still, the tree armor is there. Monet does not appear to care. Has the BKB ready if things get a little bit too dicey. 25 seconds left on this Aegis. OG, if they could, would love to be able to find a kill on this right as that Aegis is about to expire, but Aster not going to give him that opportunity.
I feel like they're the kind of team right now, like they have so much confidence. I wouldn't be surprised if they just held high ground there and went for a fight. But they have a ward down. They're actually spotting this movement in from Seb and Thompson. If they want to go back and engage,
But now they're walking
they
into
have
their
a chance.
ward.
Did they just smoke under the ward?
They did.
They de-warded it first, though, to be fair.
I mean, OG have a ward over in this area where Aster are running away from. So that will be a retreat. White Album on the other side of the map. Do they hold this high ground here? You can see right now the Bobica movement has just been all over this place. The whole freaking map, basically.
You know, his name should change to Double Doom when you hit a refresher.
Okay.
Because he's no longer just Doom.
Yeah, that's right. I like that.
It is there. It's ready. And Aster just very chill. A little like, you know, flowchart Dota. They're going through their list here. They know that once you complete this, you move on to this, you follow the little arrows, and you just do exactly what you're supposed to. And eventually you'll win the game of Dota. Now, mind you, OG are the masters of sowing some sort of confusion and, you know, and some conflict into that initial plan. And they want to get out there, maybe cut a creep wave. Or for some reason, 4 of them are like in your triangle when you never expected it. That's the kind of stuff that they're up to. They're going to need like 8 of those plays to come back into this game.
But if there's a way,
Yep.
they'll find it. We'll see, though, if it actually ends up happening. Oh, Sumail. Oh. Oh, my God. Wait, do they have a gem?
They have a lot of heroes.
Trying to bring him down to have it, though. Oh, man, and XXS gets the stomp. Will eventually die. But it's going to come at the price of Sumail's life as he gets jumped on and taken down. But they did get the Doom.
Wasn't a trade, unfortunately, though. And the fact that it's Clinks being gone is
That one hurts.
pretty serious issue for all OG. I can't believe that Dota Plus them at 23. Actually, their percentage went up. Has them at 25% chance to win.
Really?
That is way too high. I don't know Dota Plus.
That's
I'm
crazy.
24 now. I can't say I agree with that one.
They must think that Clinks is just really good at or like, I don't know, Tiny's really bad or something. I don't know what's going on there with Dota Plus, but they must know something we don't, because this looks very good for Aster. 21,000 gold.
Yeah, and you see Monet 509. Like, now he's a blink.
Yeah.
So, much easier to play your game as Tiny. You're not as reliant on your allies. And when OG is going to wind up in a situation where they're like cutting waves and going out, making individual plays around the map, the Blink Dagger is going to allow Monet to catch out some of these plays, but at the same time, move around the map a little bit faster to try and counteract those concepts.
So the pressure next, likely to come in just each of the lanes and then down the mid one from Aster. But of course, got to wait for that Doom before he can really make a concerted effort, as it's a little bit scary going in without the Doom, even with the Clinks dead. Like, if you get isolated, it's still a Beastmaster roar into just a whole bunch of pain. And anything else that really has changed the game state yet? I don't think so.
No, not really.
Yeah. Trying to go for a Shadow Blade for Seb.
Everyone's kind of just walking around.
You talking to me?
All right, we got 2.5 minutes left on this Roche respawn here. And OG, again, on the verge. Things go poorly. Dropping down 2-0. And are they going to find anybody here? Monet stalking, thinking about going. Is it a bait, though? Thompson reveals himself. There's the break right at the start. And the jump out, but the pull away.
Oh, that's a defensive ravage, though.
Yeah.
That does not feel good.
I think that was a shard pullout coming from the Rubik. But not a bad way to sort of deal with that Monkey King, in fact. I actually think that that might be, I mean, that's pretty big.
Yeah, the
shard
polo
makes
is
a
good.
difference.
Yeah, 100%.
Lift, no tail, tries to back away. Tree armor not going to be enough to keep him alive.
Just that tree just smacking him.
Yeah. The living armor stolen by Sox is good, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. Trying to keep this tower alive, trying to keep his allies alive, but Monet just hits too hard. And with Doom in tow. Aster ready to assault high ground, even before they end up coming in with the Aegis. So they're going to take that tier 2 and now back up, hold this high ground here. Man, what's the play for OG? Like, I honestly don't know where the hell you go at this point.
You need to look for deeper vision, right? We need to find some way to get the Hawks in solid spots and maybe utilize some smokes just for good wards to play around the Roche pit. I would say stalling out at this point to where the Roche is now returning without losing your racks is a win for OG.
Okay.
Sure, the net worth is still escalating in Aster's favor, but it's not at a place where it has really changed that much of the percentages in terms of you winning the fights. We're moving like 3 or 4 points, but if you lose one of these fights, you know, suddenly you're at like a 5% chance to win this game or something, especially if it's any fight near the actual Roche pit. So Aster in response, they've moved near the Roche pit where one would expect them to prep and set for it, and they're just smoking up. They're just waiting until OG shows someone.
Well, OG, they're going to show bottom. And obviously still no Lincolns online at all for any of these heroes. The TP.
Oh, no.
Mass
oh,
TP.
no.
And they'll catch one.
Nice wait. No panic there from Boboco because he had the vision on the Rubik and he just kind of sat there like, no, I'm clicking him. He's fine. He's not going to get out.
Roche responds. Everybody should know that this is online now because of the timing of it came super late. And Aster, do they try and force the issue here? Ooh, White Album.
Oh, that's the kind of kill they need. There's a blink on Seb, but it's not enough distance.
That would have been huge.
Yeah, I mean, he has the Lincolns, right? So what can he actually do?
He would have had to like force or something first. It's no tail with the force though.
Yeah. They actually don't have an answer to those two heroes.
No.
That's a problem.
No, it's a big
He
problem.
needs like a neutral item.
The big problem, Monet gonna go in and just get this one for free. So they won't head on in to the pit, take it on down here. Even gonna drop the Wukong's command just in case anybody from the side of OG shows up. But this game, and again, this just sort of turnaround, playing with your players, you know, it makes a difference.
Yeah, it turns out, you know, the ones that you've been scrimming with and practicing with and spending an entire TBC season with tend to gel together a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know what's not gelling with me this game?
What's that?
This snap pick DK Thompson that they made look like it was just the bee's knees. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we knew you guys were gonna take that tiny. We wanted Thompson on the DK.
Yeah, it was weird. It just, like...
It got the towers. I think it did help versus the tree, right? Because that makes sense. Is that you're trying to knock down some of these earlier towers, but the ones that really mattered, they weren't able to knock down very easily.
It felt like the game was lost over by the Dire Outpost over and over again. There were so many fights that happened there. Now, granted, this one's not completely over, but it is so difficult for OG to win this. They're going to have to win, like, 3 fights, and, you know, that's basically going to pull them back even.
And there's still so many items that they want. Sumail wanting this Lincoln Sphere, trying to keep himself safe from the Doom. Of course, he might just Doom you again. You never know.
True. Invis.
Sumail's just trying to find some farm here, but at what
So
cost?
many Shadow Blades, and it's not going to be enough. The Doom gets off. The Lotus won't be enough to keep him alive. Oh, wait, the pull! Off to the side, not going to be enough. And it's White Album chasing. Seb also in some trouble. Tosses off to the side. Lanham getting involved with the tree toss into the tree toss with the tiny and the tiny. It was pretty well played.
Feels like OG are just constantly attempting. I mean, you know, they said that, you know, we'll stay positive. Eventually we'll win. Maybe that's going to work. I think Aster are probably feeling pretty positive right now with how this game's going. And the replay there just... he doesn't feel like he has a choice. And good Lotus, right? Excellently done there to help protect himself going in there on the Doom.
And one last round potentially. We'll see as they go on in, set their sights towards high ground. No Tail thinking about it. Gets doomed. Oh, it was the second one, and he might even have another in a moment. As does still have that refresher shard in the backpack, but no Ravage, no buyback.
What's coming out? He wants it.
Streaming in and ready to go. They get buyback just now from No Tail.
Get the tide again.
Looking for it, hoping for it. Thompson is out there. There's the refresher shard. Immediately out with the Ravage, but to no avail. Where is the follow-up damage? OG don't have it. With no clinks, there is no game. And with no game, you best call GG. as Aster take down the 2-time defending champions in a moment here, because I don't care how much you buy back on the DK and the Rubik, they're not going to stop these guys. Eyes on the prize. Aster finished this one off and take it down in the end. Incredible play from this team. They take them down 2-0. That's insane.
They just broke so many predictions for the day.
That's crazy.
Even after game 1, I was thinking like, OG will bounce back.
Exactly.
I don't think they're gonna get 2-0'd. But Aster just undeniably were ahead this entire series.
Yeah.
Both games they start with a pretty significant kill count lead, and maybe they were kind of even out and stuff, but they were the ones who were ready to actually make moves around the map, and they were so successful at tracking both games the map movements of OG. I think that was the key to this series.
Right, and to me the thing that stands out was that it didn't feel like OG played poorly necessarily. Maybe there's some drafting issues that you could go back and try and fix or whatever, but this looks legit. This is legit good from Aster. You've got to watch out if you're some of these other teams. I don't know. So after the games yesterday, it was not
people are gonna be phones are gonna be looking through the results, their teams whoa, oh no, whoa, are they back? Checking White Album back. White Album's back. Oh my God, panic. You come into your first series and suddenly Aster's a real contender again. So congratulations to them, and good luck to OG moving forward after
we'll have to
a couple
see what
of
happens.
losses.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to bounce back from. But bounce back from it, they will need to indeed, because we still have 3 more series of Dota to be played across both of the groups. For now, we're going to go a quick break, and we'll see y'all afterwards.